Hello everyone, welcome back to ALR, and it is season 2 of Silver. Of course, we've done one season so far, and I gotta say it's been a fantastic success, hasn't it? I've got 5 minutes then to quickly go through the runners and riders for this season then as well. And let's start off with the constructors champions, the team that basically absolutely dominated last year, didn't they? Absolutely fantastic stuff, it really was. And of course, in the Red Bull this season we have Andre Mu, who has 7 starts to his name, and of course, so he was in and out last season. His best race finish has been third position. He's had 1 podium as well to his name then. Flea, who will be alongside him as well, he's had 12 race starts, Flea has, so a good consistent duo there for the Red Bull team then. And Flea's best finish was 7th of last season as well then. Moving on to the Haas team next. Haas were absolutely fantastic last season, weren't they? It's a shame they've dropped the golden livery, haven't it? Albeit the sponsors probably isn't too bad, isn't it? But in the Haas team we have Gerdman then, who is making his debut for silver here tonight then, so good luck to Gerdman. He was fantastic in bronze, wasn't he? Let's see what he can do in silver this season. And alongside him is Mark Smeller, which by the way I think is actually the best name ever, so yeah, I love that name as well. So two debutants out for the Haas team here tonight. Good stuff indeed then. And then we got the AlphaTauri, who was the Toro Rosso originally, and they are third in the constructors last season. And in that AlphaTauri, again, very 2 new names for the ALR team, isn't it? And that is Dave Shaw, who made his debut in France last season, didn't he? So he is but he is not a green driver by any stretch of the imagination, is he? And then we've got Nude Patel, the champion of bronze then, who is making the step up to silver. So absolutely fantastic stuff then. Up next is the Mercedes team. Of course, it's still the silver arrow on our update so far. And in the Mercedes, we have Kingzone, who has raced in every single silver race that has ever been held in ALR. 21 starts. Fantastic stuff. Alongside him is Dan Murphy, who has raced in 3 races there for the Mercedes team. Good stuff indeed then. Next is the pink Mercedes, which is the Racing Point. In the Racing Point we have Serious Mushroom, another man who has raced in every single race as silver of 21 race starts. V Todd, then an experienced driver of the McLaren team last season. He is alongside him as well. That is the most experienced team on the grid so far. Brilliant stuff indeed. I think it's the most experienced team of all the teams. Fantastic stuff indeed. I've got 2 minutes, goodness me. Next up is the McLaren team. In the McLaren team we have Walker, who has had 4 race starts to his name, and a Bazman, who is making his debut, isn't he? So good stuff for Bazman. Next is the Williams team, of course, all conquering in gold, weren't they? But silver, they only finished 7th, unfortunately. In the Williams team, then we have YBR, fantastic last season, isn't he? He had a very strong finish, a very strong season overall. He finished 3rd, his best race result as well, 13 starts there. Alongside him is Paynes, then, who has dropped down from gold into silver then. Next team is the Yellow Submarine, Yellow and Black it is. It is the Renault team, who finished 8th in the constructors last season. In the Renault we have FIFA Beefy, a very strong season with Ferrari and with Alfa Romeo last season, and Iceman as well retains with the Renault. Lovely stuff indeed then. Alfa Romeo is up next then. Let's say an Alfa Romeo. In the Alfa Romeo team we have Jake Wilson, who had 8 starts last season, and Razor, who had 19 starts with the Ferrari. Good stuff indeed. And last but not least, it is the Ferrari team, and that is Ghost Recon and Rafa, and Ghost Recon 18 starts to his name then. Let me jump into the old session then, and we are about to get going, as I got to quickly press the join button. I'm not really, which would help, wouldn't it? Anyway then, so yes, we are now getting going then for the start of what promises to be an absolutely fantastic night of racing. It really is then. Let me get the old spectate on the go then as well then. The track layout is 16 turns then, as we start off down under for the Australian Grand Prix. That record of 24.125, which is set by Michael Schumacher. Of course, the lap records for gold last night was absolutely smashed, wasn't it? So I'm expecting more of the same here again tonight as well. 16 turns around this at 3.2 mile circuit. Been on the calendar since 1996. Goodness me. That was won by the 96 world champion as well, Damon Hill. It was actually led quite a long way by Jacques Villeneuve, wasn't it, before he had some issues at the old car gremlins, didn't he, unfortunately? So that is Which is a bit of a shame now for Jacques Villeneuve, wasn't it? As he could have won now on his debut there, couldn't he? But there we go. Unfortunately, that's just the way it goes, isn't it? Right then, as we're now going to get ready to go racing here in Silver for the first time this season. Silver in their second season. I think the first season was absolutely brilliant, wasn't it? So looking forward to seeing what they can do in the second season as well. I'm really looking forward to this as well. We've got such a strong lineup, haven't we, in Silver? Last season it was all Glock, wasn't it? He was just absolutely dominating, wasn't he, from start to finish. So I don't expect the same here this season. No, I think the Glock's records are going to be kept on the shelf there for a very long time, really, aren't they? So for Glock, Red Bull as well as, but of course, same with the Red Bull team as well. They were dominating as well last season. Was it Porty Orange who was going to be a driver this season? There was a lot of favourite. There was a lot of people saying that Porty Orange was going to be the favourite, wasn't he, for this season? That ain't going to be the case anymore, as he has bowed out, and Basman has come in the McLaren late on. Is that going to cause him some gremlins here going into this Australian Grand Prix? Well, I gotta say, I'm looking forward to this one. This is going to be fantastic stuff. It really is, isn't it? Right then. And we got please wait. Good stuff. Right now, so I just take a look at the Oda comments as well. Ooh, it's very gloomy overhead, isn't it? Well, we're into a couple of seconds into qualifying, and let's see what is occurring then. At the moment, not a lot's occurring, to be honest, is it? But there we go. Just getting all the Oda telemetry and all that kind of jazz up, and I'm really interested. But of course, in the Williams here tonight, we do have a super sub, and it is I think it's Itchy UK, who is in the Williams instead of, I think it's YBR, who is unfortunately not racing here tonight, is he? So that is going to be good stuff indeed. Of course, I should have mentioned it was of course, it was a debut last night for Alhan, of course, in the gold then, so he did a good job last night. Alhan did fantastic stuff indeed then. So we're just watching Jake Wilson then, who is on track right now then. It is very gloomy. I wonder if we got a bit of rain now that is very much on the cusp then, as he is just coming down then into the car park section now then, before accelerating away. And there he is as well, coming through at turn 5. We had a big old smash there last night, didn't we? Goodness me. Then of course, unfortunately, Jake Wilson's sister team with the Alfa Romeo in gold there. We were expecting big things from Mumford. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, did it? Just taking a look at the comments there. Evening beauty. I think that I'm not sure if Sam's talking about me or Dan Murphy, but yes, evening Sam, hope you're well here tonight then. We've got Evan says good luck to the Silver lads there as well. We've also a cool emoji. Payne saying evening. Good evening, Payne. Matt, Bill to Matt, a former gold driver. Good evening, Sean. Good evening, Matt. Hope you're having a lovely afternoon then. And Road Ghost, finally race weekend. Or race week, isn't it? Wow, Jake Wilson's going to be the first man then to set a time, to post a time then in the silver grid then as well then. So as we come down into turn 15 as well, then you can see breaking down into second gear, the slowest corner on the course. Now he comes through turn 16 as well. We had a big smash there last night as well. Jonathan Cox unfortunately damaged the McLaren, didn't it? Beyond repair in qualifying. The man who's had the most pole positions in gold so far, and here he goes, and Wilson flicking his turn. Let's go on board with the Alfa Romeo driver now as he goes into the first DRS. There's 3 DRS zones around here as we're coming into the Brundle turn as well then. Of course, Martin Brundle went over the back of Coulthard and Johnny Herbert, didn't he? So all the Brits coming together there in that time in history. I think there was 4 on the grid, wasn't there, back in 96. We was very rich for the Brits, wasn't he, back then? Unfortunately, not too much now. We got Lewis Hamilton still, but we've also got Norris and, well, actually we do have 4 as well, because we've got Alex Albon and George Russell. And I hope in all 3 of them, I think are going to be major stars there, albeit of course, I think Alex Albon's having a bit of having some difficulties at the moment, isn't he? And of course, George Russell driving the Williams car, and less Williams jokes the better, I think, which pains me to see the Williams struggling down there, because I'm a bit of a traditionalist. I do love to see the Williams team really battling up the front there, as I've grown up watching the Williams team being near the front. Here comes the Alfa Romeo, formerly known as the Sauber Petronas team, or the Sauber team I should say. Of course they were the first team to, I think, have a Petronas sponsor on it before they went to the Mercedes, I believe. I think, anyway, maybe I'm wrong on that one, but who knows? Who knows? Well, I'm sure that you guys know, because you're a lot more educated than I am. Here comes Wilson going over to set the first time. He's done a 21.755. Lovely stuff there from Wilson. Beautiful stuff indeed. We've got a Ferrari coming through next, and it is a Ghost Recon then, who is driving the Ferrari here tonight. Of course, he was a Williams man through and through last season. He's a Ferrari this time. Andre Moulet goes fastest there in the Red Bull. Is it going to be the same as last year? A Red Bull dominating. They dominated silver last season, didn't they? Remember last season as Iceman goes second fast then, as Iceman joined quite a way into the season last season. So let's see what we can do this season. Razor is in fifth fast amount at 22.5 there for the Alfa Romeo driver. Lovely stuff indeed. Mark Smello there is on the back straight. What about Gurman then? Of course, Gurman, of course, the first ever the first ever multiple winner in bronze, wasn't he? Oh, and he's off! He's off! He's at the wall! He's gone in nose first, which is lucky though, because he hasn't damaged the steering arms there. So luckily for Gurman there, albeit he has damaged the car, but he has finished his time, and he's only damaged the nose cone there. Goodness gracious me. Itchy's gone up into second position there in the Williams. Of course, he is always a Gurman going off the track as well. There, bit of cross country. And King's Home, of course, the joint most experienced driver in ALR silver there with 21 races to his name. Then Rafa has gone sixth fastest. Rafa making his debut here tonight in silver. He drove, I think, in bronze. I'm loving that Schumacher helmet as well. Of course, I think that's the 2001 Schumacher helmet. I'm not very much mistaken, or 2000 actually. It might be. Of course, he did start off with his traditional blue top helmet in 2000, didn't he? Here comes Paynes there in the Williams there. And he is coming into the pits, Paynes is, so that's unfortunate. V-Top then all over the shoulder. Lovely stuff indeed there. We've also got Nude Spud out there as well. The first bronze champion. We're interested to see how he goes then. I'm really looking forward to this as well. We've got we've got a lot of very good drivers in this league. I'm looking forward to this one. Remember, Silver, only the first ever in the first season last season. It was a brilliant, wasn't it? The absolute driving etiquette of some of the drivers was absolutely brilliant stuff, wasn't it? Goodness me, your comments are coming in thick and fast. I absolutely love it. We'll just see what FIFA Beefy's doing here in the Renault team then. So we had a Renault on pole position last night, wasn't it? Emerson there having a fantastic qualifying lap in the end, and brilliant stuff indeed then. Guna there, of course, the man who's always got an opinion or two, hasn't he, the Irishman? We'll read out his comment in just a few moments. But before we do, let's FIFA. FIFA is up into 8 fast. Well, lovely stuff indeed then. And where is that Nude Potato then? The bronze champion is in the pits out for the AlphaTauri, driving the Fiat car at the moment. Here comes Basman then. Of course, he is taking over from Paulie Orange then. Let's see what he can do in the McLaren then, as he is coming up to the sweeping turn 9 and 10 then. And of course, I got to say, when I first in the McLaren, I did prefer the other McLaren, but it's really grown on me. It really has. We've got two McLarens out there at the moment. We've also got the Toro Rosso, who is now Toro McLaren. That's as best I can come up with at the moment. A 48.7 there in the second intermediate. He's invalidated his time. He got a bit too greedy on turn 12. Here comes Dave Shaw. His third appearance in the ALR silver category. Remember though, Dave has been in other categories, hasn't he? And he is very much at home in a Formula 1 car. So is Toro McLaren as well then, as he comes out of turn 10 then. We've got then Gavin is saying, evening everyone, I would say something nice, but I don't want grief from Dan there. Of course, Dan is a man who is, of course, the head of silver, isn't he? So, of course, you don't want to cross Dan, do you? For goodness me. Especially when he has had his pizza. On board there with the Toro Rosso as well, then, as he is struggling to get those tyres up to temperature in that McLaren at the moment, isn't he? Interesting stuff there for Toro Rosso. We've got Zaki Forza saying, should be good strategy info for tomorrow. Of course, Zaki, who was driving the McLaren last season, wasn't he? Of course, that is Forza Ferrari there. If we're talking about PlayStation 4 gamertag talk, Toro Rosso there is going to have another crack. It's going to have another bite of the cherry. Dave is out on track at the moment. We're just watching what Dave could do in the AlphaTauri. Of course, teammates to Irish Potato there. So very this is going to be interesting, isn't it? Murphy has gone second fastest then in the Mercedes. Because Murphy has now been in every single race, whether it's gold, silver or bronze. So he has won in bronze. That was the final race of the season, wasn't it? Dave Shaw's got some pace in that AlphaTauri, hasn't he? Goodness me, he's up into 6. Lovely stuff indeed there. And we just seen a Serious Mushroom, who is in 8th fast at the moment there. Lovely stuff indeed there from, of course, a man who's always in the comments as well, and we love it. Oh, goodness me. We've asked Baz. Baz is gone. Oh, no. Baz has had some issues. He's had more than some issues there. I'm trying to see. I think it's King's Zone coming up next then. We're on board there. Oh, that's a smash. Baz is out of qualifying. He's ripped off the front right part of the car. Or shall I say left? Or shall I say left? Hang on. Let me hold up my hands. It is left. That's how I know my lefts and rights. Of course, because if you stick up your thumb in your index finger, then of course that makes an owl shape, doesn't it? Which means it's left. That's how I know, anyway. Anyway, then, but unfortunately for Baz, he ain't gonna be too interested what corner it is. It's one corner or the other. All that he knows is that he's out of qualifying. Unfortunately, what a shame there. Really. Difficult indeed there. We've got Nunda saying that everyone pushing harder on Q1 there. Really is indeed, aren't they? Andre saying hello. Rookie error had fuel on Rich and not Max there for Wilson now. So expect more from Wilson. Flea goes over to 14 fast at the moment now in the Red Bull. Good stuff indeed there. Gotta say, you guys are very talkative at the moment. I'll catch up as soon as I can. Lovely over the shoulder shot here from Payne's. Lovely stuff indeed. They're going over the rumble strip curves there of the Payne's there as he now comes up into turn 13. And as I gosh, I gotta get a haircut. I'm like, I'm gonna have to get me Alice band on in a minute because I can't see a thing. I gotta say, I feel like, oh my goodness me, Dave, get out of the way there. Goodness me, Page is going in turn 15. It's such velocity there, wasn't he? Of course, velocity is one of the bronze drivers, and I think I might make that joke tomorrow. Payne's because I'm in the second fastest. Lovely stuff indeed there for the former gold driver. Good stuff. And also driving the Williams just like last year, as is Granty as well. Granty finished third on his on his title defense, didn't he? Good stuff indeed there from Granty. Really well done there. We got Matt saying the best commentator out there. Keep it up, Sean. There, obviously, I got to say that I got to read out the positive comments there. Bigging me up then, but yeah, thank you, Matt. Kind words there. I don't think I'm the best commentator by a long shot. Really, I'm just a guy who knows how to waffle on. We have also got Nunda saying, haha, Jake. We got Ghost saying this new wheel makes this so easy there. Oh, interesting stuff there from Ghost then. I got to say, I do quite. What I love about a new game is, apart from it's new, obviously, is I like it. I like to see where the pecking order is, and that's really one thing that really tickles my pickle, so to speak. Then really, it's a new potato there coming out of turn at 15 and into 16. Then DRS is wide open there for a new potato. Then of course the bronze champion, and where is he? He is third fast at the moment, a tenth of a second away from Paynes, and less than a tenth of a second in front of Dan. When I say less than a tenth, it's 3 thousandths of a second. What could you do in 3 thousandths of a second? Not much. Well, I certainly can't anyway. I can't do anything in 3 hours, really. I don't move much, to be honest. As we're just going to have a quick look at the comments again, then we've got Nunda saying that's until the game stops registering halfway through the race there. Oh, don't jinx that there, Nunda. So we're now on board with V-Todd then. I feel that V-Todd had some amazing qualifying pace last season. I think in the races he got he was very unlucky, wasn't he, on a couple of races there, which is unfortunate, wasn't it? As I'm just taking a look then in the as he's gone up into 10th fastest as well. Good stuff indeed then. So we have only got 19 cars left in this qualifying session moment. FIFA Beefy is at 2/10 of a second over. Lovely stuff indeed. Here comes Mark Zmello, which I gotta say, I love that name. That's really got me going. FIFA Beefy is a 10th of a second up in the 6th sector. Hold on to your pants! Fantastic, isn't it? As he goes through turn 12. Wow, I love it. You can see these cars got so much downforce these days. There's a Ferrari just tore him back to the pits, I believe. I think that is Rafa, who of course this is the first time he's driving in silver there. Of course he isn't a full debutant of ALR, and look how gloomy it is out here. Goodness me, there, this is not Australia at all, is it? Very gloomy indeed then. And here comes that FIFA Beefy coming around the final turn as well then, as I've got the cables wrapped around my toe, and that's going to hurt. FIFA goes into 15 fastest. He's a thousand of a second down there. FIFA is. He's really on the cusp then with 5 minutes to go in this session. Oh goodness me then, this is going to be interesting indeed, isn't it? Right. Wilson's 11 seconds off at the moment, and we've also got Toro Rosso, who's 3 seconds up. That's better. What about Marksmello? Marksmello is on at 48.7 now. Lovely stuff indeed there from Marksmello. And now he's flicking it into turn 14 as well, before coming into 15 there, dropping it down into second gear. Look at that, around 45 miles an hour there in the Haas then. Oh, the follow third then. Here comes Marksmello as he comes over the line. Haas was second in the constructors last season. He's run out of deployment. He is 12th fastest at this moment in time then, driving the Roman Grosjean car then. We've got Toro Rosso. He's 9 seconds up then. He's done a 35 to start off with. That would be a good time way back in 97 or 98. Well, it would have been for the Lola cars. Here comes Toro. That's better. He's done a 21. 1, 2, 3. 11.17. Oh, look at that then. You can see we got a lovely shot of the McLaren bodywork there. Oh gosh. Dan is back out on track at the moment. He's got a license to thrill, or almost. Not quite. He ain't quite James Bond at level of thrillment, but he's 006 at the moment, and he is 006 down on his time at the moment. Here comes Dan Murphy as well then. I gotta say, look at these drivers then, and going into this season. This Razor has retired from the session. He has gone into the wall. He is 18th on the grid. Oh my goodness me, he's in the middle of the course. Oh dear then. So we've got Razor is out of qualifying. We've lost Bazman. I've lost Razor as well. That is such a shame now for both those two drivers. Flea is currently in the pits when we've got 4 minutes to go then. Murphy taking a lot of curb and grass there from Murphy. He's getting a bit too greedy there, is the Bottas. Oh, he's in the pits as well then. Of course, I'm hoping there's an update in a bit soon where the drivers can get to pick their own cars and in the numbers as well, because that's one thing that really intrigues me. I do love it when where the drivers pick their numbers and stuff. It really gets my blood flowing, and of course it's very interesting stuff indeed, isn't it? I must admit though, I'm one of these old school guys that do like the old number system, because I quite like I'm a bit of an organised Oliver kind of thing. I do like it where the cars had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kind of thing. But there you go then. But I think having the drivers having individual numbers, it does give them a bit more of a personality, doesn't it? Like Sebastian Vettel having the red 5, for example, and Ghost is in Vettel's car right now in the red 5 Ferrari. And what is he going to do then as he comes into turn 15 out of 16 here in Australia? DRS is wide open then, and here comes Ghost then. This is a very good time from Ghost. That's a very good time from Ghost, and he moves up to 6th fastest there. Just a whisker of a way there from the 20s. Lovely, lovely stuff indeed. Goodness me, we've got a lot of viewers out there at the moment, haven't we? I better make sure that I'm all PC and everything. Well, Flea at the moment is not very PC. He's not going very fast either. He's trying to over those tyres there in the Red Bull there. But Serious Mushroom, let's see how serious he can get then in the racing point. His teammate is only a 10th of a second up the road as well. Dan Murphy has retired to his camper van, I suppose, as he has probably just got away and probably getting some food or something. I don't know really. But I gotta say, he's a lucky man, isn't he? I've only had to have a sandwich there before coming on there. That's how dedicated I am. There's one thing I love more than food, and that's Formula 1. Because everyone who knows me knows how much I love food. As Serious Mushroom there coming out of turn 9 into turn 10 then. There used to be a horrible bump there into turn 9, didn't there? Which really unsettled the cars. That I think that's disappeared now on this game, wasn't it? I must admit, I haven't driven this game very much because I kind of end up usually in the gravel or in the wall. Serious Mushroom is looking, oh goodness me, that's a sharp turn, isn't it? I thought he was going into the scene in the accident where he lost Bazman. Razor, we've also lost Massa and Gutierrez over the history of this qualified session and race as well. Of course, Glock also went wide there and absolutely totaled the Toyota there. Oh, too many T's there. And here comes Serious Mushroom coming around the final turn then. So at the moment he is safe then. We've only got a minute to go in this session. This session we're only trying to lose 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th and 20th. FIFA Beefy is I think that was Iceman just finished starting us off as well. What about Marksmello? Marksmello is just about to start his lap now. And we're keeping an eye on what Wilson can do. We're on board with Wilson at the moment, and there's yellow flags are fluttering for the second round at the moment then. And let's see what Wilson can do then. As Can you get cramp in your ear? Because I've had cramp in my ear all of a sudden. Gosh. All right, I'm going to have to give that a good old pinch in a minute. Jake Wilson there is abandoning this lap. He's going to have to go again then, but he has only got one and done. Ghost is out of qualifying. Well, he's not out of qualifying then. He is satisfied with his performance, and why wouldn't he be? That's an absolutely stupendous performance there from Ghost. Lovely stuff to see Ghost right up there, isn't it? Really good stuff indeed. Pains is retired from the session as well, and Pains is also right in the mix as well. Andre, though, is the man who has set the pace there once again. It's Red Bull who was on pole position, but Red Bull was not on pole last season, were they, for silver? Remember, it was Hunter who was on pole position in Australia. It was the first time there wasn't a Red Bull on pole position when we was at Australia. Of course, that was round number 7 last season, wasn't it, when we had a mixed up grid there. VTOD out on track. Mark Smello, who's also out on track as well. What about VTOD? VTOD is still out there as well. Into the pits comes Serious Mushroom then. I'm just sorry, I'm having a flick to see who's where then. Mark Smello is on the cusp then. The safety time at the moment is a 21.4, which is Mark Smello. Look, we got a bit of sunshine there. It's Itchy is just retired from the session, and he is down in 15th position. This might be bad. Itchy's in the wall, I think. He is in the wall, and the Williams driver is out of qualifying. Even if he gets through, that is it. Then of course you have to come back to the oh my goodness, garage at your own speed. Itchy is out of qualifying. We just seen Mark Smello jump up into 7th edition. Good stuff there from Mark Speller. Lovely stuff indeed there. What about VTOD? VTOD, my goodness me, his back end is wiggling. But let's see what VTOD can do. He stays 40th at the moment. Rafa there is really stepping on the loud pedal. We're on board with the Ferrari driver now then. He is in DRS range. Sorry, DRS zone. He's coming up to the line. Is it enough? It isn't. He's out of qualifying. What about Wilson? Wilson is through. He's in 11th position. Lovely stuff indeed. Here comes Flea coming through the final turn. Then DRS is wide open. Let's see what Flea could do. Is he through? No, he isn't. He's 18th on the grid. Then Flea is, and he is out of qualifying as well. Then. Well, we'll start to qualify now, of course. So that's only the beginning, mind. This is just the beginning, as Count Dooku said on Star Wars Episode 2. So, yes, we've still got 2 more qualifying sessions to go, and we will be lining up the next 5 cars, and that'll be 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th then for the Australian Grand Prix for silver. No, just on board Flea then. It's unfortunate this will be the last time we see Flea in qualifying, but don't worry about that, Flea fans. He will be back in the race. Don't worry about that one iota. Same with Rafa as well. He is in 17th in the end then. Rafa is in the Ferrari, as I said. He's making his debut in silver tonight. So, of course, and he's just trying to find his feet, isn't he, in the Ferrari? And remember, the points do not get handed out in the qualifying session. The points get handed out in the race, isn't it? This is just about lining up the grid. And so far, what we've done is we have lined up 16th position, which is VTOD, 17th position, which is Rafa, 18th position, which is Flea. Razor is in 19th position, and Basman didn't set a time, and he is 20th. He is the final car on the grid. Then remember, last night Nigel was the slowest car in gold, then, which is absolutely shocking, wasn't it? Anyway, just on board then with the Red Bull there as well then. Nunda saying, sorry, I'm not jinxing you again there. We've also got Forza saying a couple more attempts, Jake, and you'll be safe. Well, Jake is very safe and sound at the moment, isn't he? Matt is commenting on my lefts and rights there. And we've also got Ghost saying my Fanatic Formula V2 first league race then. Oh, good stuff indeed. Well, I gotta say, you're looking very nicely up there in 6th position. Well done to Ghost. Brilliant stuff indeed. Then we've got Double saying hi Ginger, hello Alex, I hope you're well tonight, and it's great to see you back in the comments as well, and I'm looking forward to seeing you back on track soon, my good man. Yes, we've missed you, and hopefully we'll see you back on action very soon then indeed. Then we've also got Andre as well saying my first online race this game then. Yeah, it's a lot of these drivers is the first time they're racing online, and the first time that they're racing league racing as well. Then, of course, as important as the top guys are, we're going to be focusing on the bottom 5 at the moment, well, the bottom 6 at this moment in time. Unfortunately, just to recap, Baz is out. We've lost Razor, Flea, Rafa, and VTOD have all been knocked out of qualifying. We have also lost Itchy as well, as that is such a shame now, as he crashed into the perilous turn 12, which is such a shame now. He's not the first, and he won't be the last either. It's kind of a turn that really just seems to just produces his victims on a minute by minute basis. Right, we're going into qualifying 2 then, and this gives me a good opportunity just to catch up as well then. Paint is happy with P2 then, good stuff indeed. Dan Murphy gone for food, as I'm really happy about that, because I did say he's gone for food, hasn't he? So there we go then. So Dan, I'm sure, is back at the cockpit now, and I think that he is now just surveying the scenery, isn't he? We've also got Ghost looking better than last game. Ghost is looking very strong in the moment. Oh, that's what I love about new games, is it just shuffles up the order slightly, doesn't it? Albeit the gold pecking order is kind of almost status quo, isn't it, last night with Granty and Emerson? Once again, the benchmark of gold. Of course, Eat the Cookie, 3 wins out of 3 now, isn't it? He's going to be a man that is formidable, isn't he? Well, he is, isn't he? He's had 3 wins. Goodness me. So 3 starts, 3 wins there for Cookie there. He's really, I got to say that, is anyone going to break that Cookie down? It's the question, isn't it? But of course, we'll have to find out next week in Bahrain. Of course, our attention needs to be on the here and now as Step sings. And of course, it is the Australian Grand Prix for silver. And Ghost is saying he's very surprised that 6/10 between 1st and 17th. Well spotted, Dan Murphy. I'm not very good with the maths, but yes, it's very tight, isn't it? Extremely tight. It's almost as tight as what I am with money. We have also got Dave saying the times are insanely close. They really are. It's incredible, isn't it? I'm loving this. Wilson got blocked by someone on my first flying lap there. Oh dear. So I think that we will have to have an investigation on that. Dan, what the stewards has, and I'm sure that the stewards do a fine job. It's one of the toughest jobs, isn't it, in Formula 1, really? It's like being the linesman of football, isn't it? Or lines person, I should say. Now, of course, as I said, I've got to be PC. We have also got Darren saying, my God, I suck. As Zach, as a Forza say, D-pad power, and Darren has just said, lol, Forza. Yeah, I think that I don't think that Darren found that one too amusing, did he? When I put lol, that usually means that I'm not really laughing out loud. Maybe a smirk, but that's about it. Right then, as Wilson there is in the turn 15 as well then. Of course, we've got the graphics down the bottom right hand side then. The ERS has been slightly well, I say slightly improved or slightly changed. Well, it's been dramatically changed, hasn't it? You've only got a couple of settings now on the ERS, haven't you? You've got qualifying mode, which is only available for qualifying, believe it or not, which is why it's called qualifying mode. As Razor, oh my goodness, sorry, not Razor, it's Wilson there, gets it a swap on, but he's done much better than Bottas. He kept it out of the Armco there, and he's going to have to have another go then. I think that was Andre there that's flying through. It is Andre, the only Red Bull left in the session mode, and Andre is first online race, and I gotta say, he is the man to catch at the moment. Is he back on board with Andre, as he has come through the car park sessions now before flicking it through? Oh goodness me, there's a lot of downforce on that Red Bull then. I was going to say Red Bull Renault then, of course, I'm a couple of seasons behind there, isn't it? Of course, after their unceremonious divorce of each other, really, isn't it? Andre there, I got to say, he's looking the cream of the crop at the moment there, isn't he? What I say he is, but as Dave and Dan said then, it's only 0.6 of a second separates 1st to 17th. It is incredibly close then. Right, we are in qualifying 2 then, and of course, you may notice that the tyres are slightly different colours, aren't they? I don't mean the rubber, I mean the Pirelli logos. Of course, we have Andre, who's on the yellow marked Pirelli tyres, and anyone who is unfamiliar with the rules of Formula 1 then, of course, we have 3 compounds of tyres, and for the event then, of course, so we have the soft tyres, which is the red marked tyres, we have the medium tyres, which Andre is demonstrating to us beautifully well now. He is on the Red Bull, and he is about to go fastest there. Of course, he's the first man to set a time in, and of course, we have the white stripe hard tyre then. Of course, the harder the tyre, the more durable they are, but the slower they are as well then. So of course there's always a catch with these tyres, isn't it? Of course, the faster the tyre, the quicker that they degrade then. Tormar also second. King's Home is in 4th position because a nude potato, the champion of bronze, is now fastest in Australia at the moment. Lovely stuff indeed there for Potato then, as you can see. I reckon I've got a real bad memory at the moment, so I keep forgetting who I'm talking about. Here comes Serious Mushroom then, he's also on the medium tyres as well then, and of course let's go back to the tyre ruling for a minute. I know a lot of you are going to be groaning about these tyres, and into the pits comes Wilson. Of course, we seen him have a good old tank slapper at turn 1, didn't we? Goodness me there. I got to say, that was very well saved, by the way. That was brilliant stuff indeed then. Gurman's also invalidated this time as well. We've got a lot of drivers that's invalidated so far, So we're going to have to go to Ghost then, who is looking phenomenal, isn't he? I'm looking forward to this then. Ghost is looking absolutely, is looking on it, isn't he? On it like Sonic, isn't he, tonight? Brilliant stuff indeed there for the Ferrari there. And now the Ghost said, of course, just judging this, Justin the Well, Ferrari did finish last, didn't they? Unfortunately, last season in the silver. So let's see what they can do this season. Well, I've got to say they got a really strong driver lineup with Ghost and Rafa. As I said, Rafa is just trying to get attuned to this car, isn't he? Ghost looks like he's already attuned to the car, and he is looking very phenomenal indeed, isn't he? Right then, as I go back to the tyres, so I keep getting distracted. Of course, then if you get into top 10, you must start a tyre which you set your fastest time on. Everyone wants to go on the medium tyres, but it looks like, of course, that is the better race tyre, isn't it? And I got to say then, last night then, there was a lot of strategies, wasn't it? From medium to hard, from medium to soft. Ghost goes third faster, 21.9. Now these are good times from Ghost, isn't it? I am loving seeing the Ferrari driver there. Brilliant 17. Here comes Dan Murphy, of course. Making his third appearance in a silver here tonight, Dan is. And of course, he has really ruffled a couple of feathers since joining silver full time then. And they were on board the Mercedes driver as well as he flicks it into turn number 11 and 12. Very good, precise driving there from Dan Murphy. And now then, he is on his way into the third DRS zone, out of free, breaking down then to 90 miles an hour then before stamping on the loud pedal once again and flicking it through 14. Lovely stuff. A bit of decrease in acceleration. Dropping down the slowest part of the course then, I believe. And now coming into a 16 as well then. So you can see taking it as sweet as a nut there from Murphy then. He coming up to he's just waiting for that finish line. And he is fastest there, and 2/10 of a second in front of Nude Potato at the moment. Good stuff indeed there from Dan. Lovely. Right then, up next is the Haas of Mark's one. Oh, he's invalidated this time. Mark's has in the Haas. He's going to have to go around again, and unfortunately, we got outlaps for Dave Shaw and also for Gurman as well. Oh, well, I thought it was. Oh, yeah, Gurman is out there, but I'm just taking a look at the old pit lane there. Oh, lovely shot here from the grandstand there. Of course, we seen Ralph Schumacher barrel down there a couple of years ago. Well, it wasn't a couple of years ago, actually. It was about 2002. Gosh, I keep forgetting it's 2020. Which yeah, even though it does say it down the bottom left-hand corner, don't it? It's 2020. But, so it's kind of a giveaway, really, isn't there? But, there you are. Right then, so far we have got Payne, Wilson, Marks Mello, Dave Shaw, Gurman, and FIFA all haven't set the... well, I'm set a time here. Andre saying Valtteri is Valtteri. It's James. I think I think Andre there is just to give it. Of course, Murphy. Dan Murphy is in the Valtteri Bottas car, isn't he? And maybe Dan Murphy is actually a Bottas 4.0. There's been so many versions of Bottas, hasn't there? I've got to say I'm struggling to keep up. Goodness me. Right then, it's Mark Smeller then is coming out to the line. He is now going to have another crack at this. Wilson, of course, had his first lap blocked, didn't he, in qualifying at 1, then this is qualifying 2, then all the times have been deleted, haven't they, for this second qualifying session. On board with Jake Wilson, as you can see, coming through turn 5. It's almost a nothing corner now, isn't it? So he's down. Oh, he's invalidated his time. He's invalidated his time now, Wilson has. We're on board with Dave Shaw, then, who is looking strong, isn't he? He hasn't scored any points, I believe, in silver so far, has he? But I think he was just trying to find his eye in that Renault. Now he's in the AlphaTauri. He's got a permanent seat now. He is comfortable, isn't he, David? And I'm loving that helmet as well, by Dave. Dave is usually a man with good, impeccable taste on the helmet. And oh my goodness me! Oh gosh, I'm not sure about Dave, but I'm going to have to change my underwear after going on board with him there. Goodness me, then. Wow, how, sir? And gosh, I thought he was going into the sea in the accident there, Davis, but I've got to say, he used all his experience, all his wisdom there, and he kept himself out of the Armco barrier there. Here comes Gurman, the first ever double winner of bronze there. Gurman was there, and of course and he fought the championship most of the way, didn't he? And till the bitter end there. Unfortunately, Baku wasn't exactly the best race for Gurman, was there, on his final outing for bronze. And yellow flags is fluttering because Toro Rosso has gone off at turn 5. He's gone off at the far part of the course, and that is not good at all there for Toro Rosso. He is out of qualified, and currently that 22.2 was good enough at the moment. He was in 6th fastest up until that point. Here comes Gurman out of the final turn as well. Let's see what Gurman can do now. The time is ticking down. He is second fastest. German is. Oh, this is getting good. So German is second fastest. We've just seen. Look at Payne's there. He's having a fourth. He's loving life in that, Williams. And so am I. Dave is back in the pits. Wilson's going to have another crack at this at the moment. We have got King's Home there, of course. One of the most experienced drivers in silver. He is ninth fast at the moment. King's Home is. And there he goes. Indeed, of course, King's Home. I think he didn't finish. I think towards the end of last season he did drop off. Well, the mid-season he did, didn't he? As he was experimenting with some setups of the car, wasn't he, really? And so I'm expecting a big season for King's Home here this season. Just watching Wilson as well. Wilson's got some pace if he can get a clean lap in as well. We got Forza, as a message has been retracted there for Forza, as I didn't read it out there, so yeah, so he could keep his peace. Wilson then going over turn 12 as well. Then Nunda saying Forza left enough time to get back for Q3. Road Ghost saying a Ferrari engine sound 10 out of 10, best in the game. I agree with that. The Ferrari engine is absolutely beautiful, isn't it? It really is. Unfortunately, in the real world of Formula 1, it's probably also the worst engine on the grid at the moment, isn't it? Who would have thought I'd be saying that after last season? But yeah, I agree with you. The Ferrari engine is absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Becca Jones disagrees though. Now the sound of Ferrari engine is discussed on this game, as I think that I've been put in my place on that one. Then as King's over there is still the medium tires. We got Iceman, who is let's see what he can do then as he comes out of the final turn as well. He's in the drop zone at the moment, so is King's Home. We got 4 minutes to go in this session. I reckon that King's Home is going to come in the pits there, and he spun it. He's got around there in the Mercedes there. I'm thinking he might have to come back in and throw on a set of soft tires perhaps then. Here comes Iceman as well. You're just saying, I think it's the Mercedes or the Honda. Ferrari is like a toy car. As Becca agrees that Honda is the best for me. Then, as Erta is saying, the stream is going smoothly. Hope I don't jinx it short. I gotta say, I threw my toys out the pram last night. I gotta say, I'm a very grumpy man when things don't go right. So I just went to bed and went to sleep. Iceman there is coming up into turn 9 as well. Then we've also got Ghost there saying Honda is the worst there. We've got a bit of a debate going on with engines. I love it indeed. Then what I'd like to see is actually more engines in Formula 1. Really, I feel that only 4 engine manufacturers, not enough at all. Get the Peugeot back in there. Of course, Peugeot used to be a bit of a beast, didn't it, back in the mid-90s, didn't it? When McLaren had it in 94. Shame it kept blowing up though in 94. Jordan had it, and it was a much more stable package, wasn't it, for Jordan? It was a very powerful engine indeed, then, wasn't it? Jordan, Jordan did have some success with it, not too many. I think he had a double podium finish in there in Canada. I think it's more because of a lot of other drivers dropped out, really, doesn't it? So we've got a bit of a lower procedure at the moment. Everyone is in the pits there, and as that they are now just, I wonder if they're throwing on some soft tires. Shaw has thrown on some soft tires, and here he is then, and he is coming now out of turn 2. Then he's got DRS wide open then as he comes down into the Brundle turn there. I don't think it's called the Brundle turn anymore, is it? I'm going to have to get my old trap map out, and have a good look, but I'm sure it was called the Brundle turn when I first started watching F1, because I only remember that because I wanted to know why it was called the Brundle turn, and I did find out it was the Brundle turn. I found out why it was the Brundle turn because Martin Brundle had an almighty accident, didn't he? Scary old accident indeed there. I can't believe when you watch the crash again, I can't believe that he gets out of the car. Anyway, but here comes Dave Shaw. He is now, who almost had a manful crash in turn 12 as well, didn't he? Let's see what this second sector is about. He's done a personal best in the second sector. Lovely stuff indeed there. DRS right on the money as well. I didn't even hear the beep in my ear. That was fantastic for Dave. Right on the money there, isn't it, for Dave? In the 13 as well, of course. Look at that. The smooth precision there from Dave. He's very much Jensen Button-esque on that steering wheel, isn't he? And very similar to George Russell as well, and they're very smooth, and they very calculated on the steering wheel, isn't it? Not much hand movement there from Dave. He comes up to the line then. Let's see what Mr. Smooth can do. He's a smooth operator. He is second fastest. Oh no, he's on the soft tires, and that is really going to put the cat amongst the pigeons, isn't it? As Pateo has decided to call it a day in qualifying 2. Then is he going to regret that? Here comes Sirius Motion, and he comes out of the final turn. He goes faster at 21. Lovely stuff indeed there from Sirius Motion then, and he is into qualifying 2, I believe. So is Kingdom as well. Gurman's also retired from the session then as well. He's up in 4th position then. Let's see who else. Mark Smells out on track as well. Andre is at field and needs to come out again. He is on the medium compound tire. The Red Bull driver is then. DRS is wide open as well then. As Mumford has said evening. Mumford said good evening. Good evening, Mumford. I hope you are in. Of course, very disappointing there from Mumford last night. As of course, I used my tip for possibly getting on the podium last night. He has a lot of pace in that Alfa Romeo, doesn't he? But I'm expecting a big season from Mumford as well. But he probably hates me saying that because I do jinx people, don't I? When I say they're going to have a good season. So hopefully I haven't. We got George Sargent in the comments as well. Hello everyone, Cookie here. Hello Cookie. Hope you're well indeed. Then of course Cookie I think was the last winner of silver before he took a hiatus, didn't we? Is that a hiatus? No, what's the word? I don't know. Taking a break. Andre then is now a lovely shot from the side here of the cockpit of Andre. He was looking mighty in Q1. He's been on the power side in Q2 though at the moment, isn't he? Payne's I think he's doing his Ric Flair impression. 0.156. Goodness me, they're trimming the grass as well there. Andre is already a racing driver. He's also lawnmower services, just like Valtteri Bottas. Into turn 13 as well, and taking a bit of the curve there. Andre is into 14 as well. Then let's see what he can do. Then he's on the medium tire still. Was Dave and Saul on that car there. Well, I thought the back end was steering out, stepping out of that. Wasn't a very smooth there from Andre. He comes up to the line, and the line is quite a way down there. It is enough for 5th fastest. Is that going to be enough to help him there? Here comes Ghost, and Ghost is now starting this up as well. We got Mark Smello, then we got a Renault coming through. It is a FIFA Beefy. He is through, and he is fast as well. Goodness me, they're blowing the doors off of that Renault. Lovely stuff indeed there. Here comes Mark Smello. I'm loving that helmet as well, by the way. That's beautiful. I got to say. He's in the pits there. Mark Smello is he's carrying qualifying at the moment, but he's very, very in perils, isn't he? Look at this. We've got problem there. I think it's King Zone who's being held up from Iceman, but Iceman, of course, is on the lap as well. Is Iceman through? Iceman's only 12th, but King Zone is 3rd fastest. Iceman, sorry, is 13th. Ghost is going to be through in the qualifying by the skin of his teeth there. Oh, goodness me then. So unfortunately out of qualifying is Mark Smello there. He didn't get a second time in. Jake Wilson now as well. Same with Iceman. And of course Toro Rosso, who was in the hedge then. So Dan Murphy said, didn't Prost have a Peugeot engine? Yes, they did. Of course, they had that in 98, I think. Jordan had it in 97, and then they swapped engines, didn't they? Because Prost had the Mugen Honda engine, didn't they? Well, it was Ligier, then Prost had the Mugen Honda agreement, and they both swapped engines, didn't they, for 98? It was a good engine, wasn't it? But Prost didn't have a very good time with that Peugeot engine, did they? Because I think 98, 99, was it? 97 was definitely their peak years. Here comes Ghost. End of qualifying 2 as well then. So we have lost Mark Smello, Wilson, Iceman and Toro Rosso all out of qualifying 2 then, and we are going to go into qualifying 3 in just a jiffy. And let me just this is a good opportunity to actually take a look at the old comment section as well then. Mulan saying that my racing quality was not very good yesterday. I mean, I've got to say, it's a very difficult track to dial in, isn't it? This Australian circuit. It's not a race. It's not a traditional race circuit, is it? Because it's kind of a hybrid of a street circuit kind of thing, isn't it? Australia. I think Bahrain is going to be the real test, isn't it, to see where you are in terms of the car, in terms of the setup then. And that's where we're going to next week for both gold, silver, and of course for bronze as well. Bronze for the first time ever will be driving in Bahrain. We'll be driving in tomorrow night, and also in Bahrain as well. Of course, bronze only did 9 races last season, so they're going from a short championship to a marathon, aren't they? And it's going to be interesting to see what they can do. I'm really looking forward to this. Anyway, just to recap, Toro Rosso, Iceman, Wilson and Mark Smello all out of qualifying, unfortunately. Going into qualifying through, you have Ghost, Paynes, Nude Potato, Andre and Gurman. They're all on the medium tyres, as is Dan Murphy as well. Soft tyres for Dave Shaw, for Kingzone, Serious Mushroom and FIFA Beefy as well. This is lovely stuff, isn't it, as we get into qualifying free in just a few moments time as well then. We've got Mike saying, sorry I'm late to a silver party. about food tonight, and that is almost the love of my life. I love food, and I can't wait. As soon as this stream's over, I am probably going to put on some burgers, I think, in celebration of a job well done from the Silver Boys. So far, anyway, definitely good stuff indeed. Then we've also got Noonda saying, "Good thing bronze is last. I get to learn from others' mistakes." And we've also got Ghost saying, "Maybe not that great on the mediums there, but he still got through nonetheless, which is the most important part." Then, but of course, Ghost does have to start with the medium tires in the race in the Ferrari, doesn't he? Mumford saying, "I want a big race in Bahrain with a devil emoji." I think it is. It's a purple emoji on my phone. Then, I think that's the devil. I don't know, I'm not hip. I'm not down with the cool kids, you see. And then we've also got Milan saying, "Mumford, let's do something good in Bahrain." And of course, Milan and Mumford are teammates for the Alfa Romeo. And it's really, I was bigging up the Alfa Romeo team, but unfortunately didn't come to fruition last night, did it? Right, qualifying 3 then. So this is it then. The 2 Mercedes there. Oh my goodness, they're merged into one then. So, gosh, a bit of fusion there from the Mercedes then. They're already hybrids. Now they're going to fuse into each other as well. Lotus are on board there with the Payne's dead car. Then of course Payne's there was 18th in the classification of gold then, but he only made, I think, about 4 or 5 appearances for the gold league, didn't he, before coming down into silver there. And once again he's drawn into the Williams there, but I gotta say, Payne's is looking very much on it at the moment, isn't he? He's looking faboo at the moment, isn't he? Good stuff indeed there for the Payne's car and Williams as well then. So at the moment we got I think we got 5 in, 5 out, haven't we? Nope, we got 7 in, we got 3, got 7 out, 3 in. Then as you can say, I'm really bad at hokey coke. Board then with a Payne's then, as he is just getting the car up into working order as well. As Mumford is saying, let's focus on getting the cars to the end before focusing on points then. I think that of course to finish first you must finish, haven't you? Of course, the great Murray Walker comment there as well, don't you? As we've also got Milan saying yes, and Ayrton there throwing the burger in the chat as well. And of course that's really making my taste buds tingling. Let's see if Payne's can make my toes tingle now as he comes over the line, and he's about to start his lap then for the Williams Mercedes team. Then he flies into turn 1. Let's go on board with Payne's as well. I thought it was going to be an invalidated lap there, not by any stretch of imagination. Payne's knows the track layout. He knows where the limits are into the turn 3 as well. Then stepping on the gas then before coming into turn 4 into the car park there as well. Do not straddle that curb because you'll be stuck on there. I was stuck on there a couple of weeks ago when I was trying to practice on this circuit. I felt like a whale. Into turn 6 well, of course that's usually overshadowed by the trees, isn't it? There's not much sunshine around here in Melbourne at the moment there. Coming up into 9 and 10 as well then, and of course that bump has definitely been smoothing out, hasn't it, this season then, into turn 10 as well. It's probably been smoothing out a couple of games ago, as the racing points had a bit of a problem there over at the far end of the course then. Coming up into 11 and 12 now. Hold on, fantastic stuff there from Payne's there. He is on the money, isn't he? He is coming up into turn 13 as well then. Let's see what he does. He chucks it in and look at how downshifted to third gear and almost instantly back over the full fed before flicking it into 14 as well and powering on to 6th gear, dropping down into 2nd gear there. He is taking a lot more speed than anyone else through that. That's almost 50 miles an hour. That is almost 10 miles an hour quicker than anyone else. And Payne's is coming up to the line. What a thrill ride. He comes over the grid and he is fast as a 20.624 there for the Williams driver then. I think Dave is next, is he? No, then it's the other AlphaTauri, and it is Potato who is on pole position there for silver at the moment then. But Andre is second there by a 10th of a second away. Goodness me, it's Lionel Stern, isn't it? Mercedes, one of the Mercedes had a problem. I think it's Dan Murphy. It is Dan Murphy. So King's Home is taking the reins here for the Mercedes, and here comes car 44, and he is coming up to the line. He is full fast at the moment then. Dave is still on the lap at the moment, so is Serious Mushroom. We got Gurman who is in the pits, and here comes FIFA. He was quick in the last qualifying session. He is 5th fastest in the Renault at the moment. Good stuff. Dave then is just coming up to the final section as well, and the AlphaTauri. The one AlphaTauri is on pole position, and we're going to get all front row for the AlphaTauri. We're on board there with Dave then. He is in the Q3 then. He is on the money then, on the DRS, and he comes up to the line. He has done a 21.6 there for Dave. Good stuff. He is 4/10 away from Kingdom as well. Serious Mushroom that goes over the line. He's done a 21.8 there, and just 2/10 of a second away from on Dave Shaw as well. It's a whisker, isn't it? FIFA Beefy is 2 tenths of a second away as well. It's very close at the moment, isn't it? Into the pits is Gurman, and also into the pits is Murphy as well. Ghost is out on track at the moment. We've also got Gurman, who is going to have an attempt as well. 7 minutes to go in this session. Wilson saying would rather be 12th on mediums down, 9th or 10th on the soft tyres there. Interesting stuff then, of course, then. As Jake, as Wilson there wants to stay away from those soft tyres, doesn't he? We're on board with Ghost at the moment. Look at that. It's getting very overcast again here in Australia, isn't it? I haven't heard of any weather yet. Of course, Jonathan Cox is using my Ted Kravitz in gold. He was right on the money there at the weather yesterday. It was dry. Are we going to get any rain in this session then? Or in the race as well then? I hope we don't get any rain in this qualifying session, especially because this is going to, I don't want it to end up like a damp squid. This is going to be a fantastic end to the first ever qualifying session on F1 2020 of silver. And now we're on board with Ghost, and he is just prepping the car then. So we've all got to remain calm, everyone, because this is where it's really going to get very intense indeed then. Maybe a bit too intense for this Ginger, but let's go anyway. 6 minutes to go. Ghost is on a lap now, and Ghost has been fantastic, hasn't he, so far in this qualifying session? He has really shown that he belongs at the sharp end of the field, and that Ferrari wanted to go to the left there, but Ghost was keeping it on the black tarmac. Fantastic. Now into turn 3 then, and you can see, look at the amount of lock he is using for the Brundle turn as well then. Into the car park of 4 then, as you can see, riding over the curb, take it, just enough curve there for Ghost set. First intermediate split time coming up. He is purple on the first sector, 26.595. Good stuff indeed then. And now then he's sweeping through the gentle right hander as well before coming up to 9 and 10 then, breaking down into a third gear then, moving away as well then. Oh gosh, I'm dripping with sweat already. And now then on the very another lighter kinky left-hander there as well. 48 in the second sector as well then. This is a very difficult part of the course, but Ghost there just took it in his stride absolutely beautifully there for Ghost there. I gotta say, he made that look very easy there. Ghost said lovely in the Vettel car there. Brilliant stuff indeed there from Ghost there. Very much on the money here tonight then. Let's see what he can do then with just 2 corners from home now then. Dropping down to second gear there again, tickling the 50-mile-an-hour mark there. You can see that they're really turning up their engines now, isn't it? Is this the final part of qualifying? Here comes Ghost coming into the line, and it's a 23 is his target. He's done a 27, he's 4th, he's on the second row of the grid. Ghost is at the moment. Lovely stuff indeed from the Ferrari driver, and Ghost is looking very good indeed. Here comes Gurman coming through the final turn, and of course the man promoted from bronze then. Let's see what Gurman can do then. Listen to look at the top left there. Gurman goes real fast, and he displaces Ghost there. He's a 10th of a second in front there. Gurman is in the Haas Centre. Lovely stuff indeed then. Oh gosh, then it's absolutely incredible stuff so far. Really good stuff indeed. I'm enjoying this. This has been absolutely fantastic so far, isn't it? As Andre saying, what would you think the time goes down to a 1:19 there? Well, we're 3/10 away at the moment, isn't it? Is it possible? That is going to be the question then, isn't it? Look how overcast it's coming. Is there rain on the horizon then? Well, Serious Mushroom is not gambling on the weather, is he? He doesn't want to be blaming on the weatherman, is it? Which is also a famous song by Bewitch as well. That, of course, one of my favorite bands in the late 90s. So here comes Serious Mushroom then, as he is in the Perez car, isn't he? At the racing point before it becomes the no, it doesn't. Before it becomes the Aston Martin for next season, I should say as well. Nunda is just returning the comment there and saying anything is possible. Well, they're 3/10 away at the moment, aren't they? So I've got to say, the track conditions, the track is going to get cooler then. Is this going to help or hinder these guys then coming into the final stage? Qualifying? Murphy is out of position at the moment. He's down in 10th position there. 9 cars have separated a set time so far. Murphy hasn't set a time just yet, has he? On board there with Serious Mushroom then as well, and he's come through 11 and 12 then. And he's on an outlaw mode. Also, New Potatoes out there as well. 3 minutes to go then. We've only got 180 seconds to go until the end of this qualifying session as well then. Let's see who is going to be on pole position there for silver. Remember, it was Hunter who got pole position this time last season. Of course, when we was in Australia, that was the first time that we didn't have Glock on pole position. Who is going to be the benchmark this time in qualifying? We're on board there with Serious Mushroom. It has gone so gloomy out there. You're going to have to get your headlights on it. It's so dark out there. Here comes Serious Mushroom then, flicking it into turn 1. one then. And look at that then. Good stuff indeed then. That camera shot, we couldn't see how good the exit was then, but it looked good to me there. Now into turn 3 as well, then breaking down then into just second gear. And look at that, it's so dark. The brake disc, you can see well and truly light illuminated in the end of the wheels there. Good stuff indeed there for Serious Motion then. He is coming now into the first intermediate. He is 4/10 of a second up at the moment. That will put him in the benchmark of 6 and 7 finish at the moment. So that is where he is. So currently he needs to find a lot of time in the second and final section. But let's see what Serious Motion can do then in the next stage of this lap as well. And is back on board there with the racing point driver then. And here we go. The second sector is coming now. He's 4/10 of a second up on his previous time again. And DRS, this guy, he's invalidated his time now from a minute to go. Oh dear, Serious Motion's invalidated his time. What a shame now. He's got to harvest that as quick as possible. Then we got some shenanigans going on there. So Paynes is cruising there. Is he just letting everyone through? Is there a problem for the Williams car? He is third fast at the moment. I think he's just letting everyone through there. So don't panic, Paynes fans. Then Nude Potato very much on the limit there. He's 2/10 of a second down on his personal best at the moment, isn't he? Nude Potato is. So not really on his best at the moment, is he? So I wonder if this might just be a warm-up lap before he gets into the serious things, before he gets into the serious stuff then. So, oh, no, he's in the pits then. New Potato's in the pits then, so he can't defend his position. And remember, in his debut of bronze there, he did qualify on the front row in the Alfa Romeo, didn't he? Now he's in the AlphaTauri. He did win that race in fantastic start. He won it on the alternative strategy, didn't he, in Spain now? I'm really showing that he was a proper championship contender, wasn't he? Now Murphy there as we're on board there. I gotta say, it's so dark out there, and yet there's no moisture coming out of the air at the moment, is there? It is still dry at the moment there, isn't it? It's going to be interesting to see if anyone could improve these times in this very cold climate of Australia. So this is a very unusual time of year for Melbourne. Now come through the final turn then as well then for Dan. Is he out of the final turn then taking 2 points to the cherry then? Is that going to cause a problem? It's a 20. It's third position there for Murphy then. Not quite pole position there for Dan. Has he got enough left in the tank? He's going to go for it again. Looks like he's carrying on. He is carrying on. We'll keep it up. Well, he wasn't on DRS there. Oh, 7/10 of a second. Up 3 for 3. He is in the second sector. He's very committed. He is very committed down the red driver. 22 is the time he's got the moment. No one is in the 19s at the moment, are they? Yellow flag in one then, and that's when the Mercedes is backed off. Here's Murphy. He is third fastest then. Nude Potato is currently on pole position for the first race of his silver career. This is a sign of things to come. Andre's out there though. We got FIFA Beefy out there as well. He is the first man there to attempt to dethrone the Potato. He comes out of the final turn. Where is FIFA Beefy? That's a much better time. That's 7th fastest there. Ghost Recon is having a 4th fastest for ride. Fantastic. Andre, he is very much on the limit. Is it going to be pole? It is pole position there for Andre. Fantastic. His first pole position of silver. On Paynes, his pole position for Paynes. He is his first pole position of his career. What about Gurman? Gurman's on pole position there. He is in the 19th there. That's a slam dunk. Incredible stuff. Game setting match, or is it? What about Dave Shaw? Is he going to stick his nose in there as well? He comes out of the final turn. DRS is right on the money. Here he comes up to the line then, and he's in the 20s. He's 6th fast in the end. David's good qualifying performance there from Dave. But Gurman, pole position in his debut here in silver. Fantastic qualifying up for Gurman. He hooked it up there. He is in the 19s, and he is on pole position. Fantastic stuff there from Gurman. And I take my hat off to you, sir. That is absolutely a brilliant lap indeed, isn't it? Right, I need to calm down because we've only done qualifying and I'm absolutely shattered. So, yeah, good stuff there. Wow, and Gurman is on pole position. Look at that grid. That's a fantastic grid, isn't it? This is what you want to see here in ALR. We've got Gurman on pole position, his debut here in silver, and he has decided to start on the pole position, the place where everyone wants to start. But Paynes is alongside him on row 1 there. Paynes is looking good there. He's damaged the car there. I hope he didn't damage the car on that quick lap, otherwise that would have cost him more than 2/10 of a second there. Andre is in third position now in the Red Bull. Good stuff. Potato was in pole position, wasn't he? Unfortunately, didn't have a reply, did he? He came in the pits there. No, that's a shame. Now Murphy only had one run as well. He is fifth fastest today. Dave is in sixth fastest. Good stuff there from Dave, really showing some teeth in that Alfa Romeo. He is sixth fastest as well. AlphaTauri, and he is very much on the money, isn't he? Both AlphaTauris are doing really good there. Ferrari of Ghost Recon in seventh position now. He is looking on song, isn't he? FIFA Beefy is in eighth position. Kingdom is in ninth position, and Serious Mushroom is the top 10. That is the qualifying 3 times there. Lovely stuff indeed. Then Milan is crying. I hope he ain't crying because of my appalling accent. We have also got Payne said, let's go P2. I thought Payne's had it there right in the end, then very close indeed then, but Gurman there really got the 2/10 of second there out of that Haas. He extracted everything out of there. You could say he pulled it out of his Haas, didn't he? Brilliant stuff indeed there for Gurman. We have also got Ghost saying messed up on the first and last turn there. What a shame for Ghost, lost 2/10 of second there. And if my math is correct, that would have been up into maybe fourth or even maybe on the second row of the grid there for Ghost. So what a shame there indeed then from Ghost then. Good stuff indeed then. We've also got Milan saying, save your energy for the race, Sean. Oh, gosh, I need to, don't I? Andre said, did you recall my start in Singapore last season? No, I can't remember. And then we've also got Dave Shaw saying the best quality. Come on, yeah, that was a cracking quality there for Dave. Right up into sixth position. I apologise, Andre. I'll quickly go back and have a look at the Singapore race in a bit, then, if I can. Then George Sargent saying congrats at Dave Shaw 25. Of course, Dave Sargent is the Cookie, and of course, remember, Cookie was the last man to win the race, wasn't he? In silver. Sorry, I just poked myself in the eye. Right then, we are now getting ready for the race as well. And I gotta say, there's a lot of gloom going on in Australia tonight, isn't it? Goodness me, there. I usually have to pack me sunglasses. I think I've got my sunglasses already on. If I take them off, oh gosh, it's still very gloomy out there, isn't it? Oh, it's as Andre saying, my start from 8th to 2nd in turn 1 there. I gotta say, yes, I can recall it very faintly. I remember that there was a lot of shenanigans going on in the Singapore race of silver last season, was there? And I gotta say, I'm expecting more of the same here again tonight as well, but thank you for reminding me, Andre. Matt saying P6 to retire that one there, and he hasn't got much faith in Dave, has he? Goodness me, I got a lot of faith in Dave. I am expecting Dave for a strong top 6 finish at least. I would like to say that depending on strategy as well, he can be further up the field as well. There is a lot of good drivers though in this league. It's now right. We've got the formation lap then, so let's go then from the grid there, from front to back, from pole position there to 20th on the grid then. And then Gurman, his first pole position of silver, and it was a hell of a lap, wasn't it? Brilliant lap there from Gurman. Oh, you got to say that was a brilliant lap, wasn't it? So that is the only oh, look at that. I got to say, I do love this graphic. Oh, that's amazing, is that? Of course, it's too fast, because every time I try reading it, it disappears there because I'm a bit slow. But anyway, Gurman is on pole position then with 29 laps to go then before he reaches the checker flag. Can he reach the checker flag in the same position as where he starts it? Payne's what a qualifying lap there. He is on this front row. He is second on the grid there from Payne's there, looking very at home in silver and in the Williams once again there. Good stuff from Payne's there. Andre in third position. He had a cracking start in Singapore, as he just reminded me, and he got from 8th to 2nd then. Can he get from 3rd to 1st? Potato in fourth position at the moment. Remember, he is the bronze champion, isn't he? Let's see what he can do in silver. Murphy in 5th position. He only had one run in qualifying, didn't he? Murphy did, so it wasn't really the best of qualifying performances there from Murphy, if he doesn't mind me saying so. They're all on the medium tires in the top 5. Dave is the first soft shod runner. He is in 6th position. Watch him, he's going to be lighting off the grid, isn't he? Ghost is in 7th position in the Ferrari. Fantastic stuff from Ghost there, and from Dave as well. FIFA in 8th position on the soft tires. Kingdom in 9th, also on the soft, and a Serious Mushroom in 10th on the softs as well. Good stuff there from Serious Mushroom. He didn't get a lap in though, did he? Mark Smello is in 11th position. He's chosen the medium tires as as has Jake Wilson as well, also on the medium compound tires. Lovely stuff indeed then. 13th position is Iceman. He's on the softs along with Tor Rosso. Itchy, I was going to call him Itchy Strider then. Of course, a famous rapper, wasn't he, from back in the 2000 era. And then we got Viton in 16th position. Rafa also in 17th position on the soft tires. 18th is Flea. He'd go for the medium tires. Flea usually goes for more of the harder shod tire, doesn't he, in the last season anyway. Razor is a bit of a ghost at the moment now, as I think he's emulating his former teammate there, isn't he? He's in 19th position. And 20th is Buzz. Right then, here we go then. I hope you're all ready for this. This is going to be fantastic as we're on board with Baz. We didn't see much from him in qualifying, but we're about to see. I hope we're going to see a lot more in the race. And we're on board with race. That is the final grid there. Sorry, that's the final row. Here we go then. We're waiting for those lights to go on then. And when we go, we'll be racing in Australia. And lovely shot of the cars then. Look at those. Look those beautiful diffuse then. That is what I want to see then. We got 4. We got 5. There's a pause. And we are going Australia now. And it's a good start there from German. Murphy's moved on to first position already. Fantastic stuff from Murphy, but I think it's a ghost. As we've got Paynes there, who's really flown off there. I'm not sure what's going on here, but German has really gone. I think we've had a bit of a pro. We've had a major accident there. As Iceman at the graphic is all over the show, isn't it? And for somehow Murphy is leading there, even though he's not. Then it's we have good. I think they're just trying to work themselves out. But I think it is it's not German that leads, is it? No, because Murphy is apparently leading. There's a 5-second penalty. As it's a bit of a mess at the moment, isn't it? In the first stage of the race, apparently Murphy is leading, but there's a couple of cars in front of it, and one of them is Andre, who's up in the 5th position. Paynes is actually the man who's leading, according to this on track, but he ghosted, didn't he? But whether that's bona fide or not, I do not know. As the grid is now finally helping it getting itself going, and Iceman has dropped down into 20th position there, and now Paynes is now leading this race, and he's had a good start, hasn't he? German dropping down into 4th position. Problems there then. So then we have got German dropping down 3 positions. We've got Jake, who is up 2 positions. Itchy up 4 positions. Lovely stuff indeed then. 7 positions for Iceman as well then. So that's a very confusing story, isn't it? Gavin says good luck then. So now then we're coming up into the... Oh, goodness me. And look at Murphy. Murphy's having a look there. Not quite then. As there's a lot of battling going on. That's Iris Patel there. Really giving some problems there to German as well. Of course, them two are rivals in the Bronze League. We're going to have the same again. Ghost is in 7th position mode. He is on the medium compound tires. We're coming for the complete lap one here in Australia. Paynes leads. He's got a second and a half advantage so far. Fantastic stuff from Paynes right on the money then. Andre and Murphy going side by side. There's a bit of contact, but Murphy is in 2nd position there. Andre is in 3rd then. We've also got German that's right behind him as well. There's Paul says we're dropping down the 4th position. We're on board Haas. Is he going to have a look down the inside? Not quite there, but look at the background. Oh, that's our racing point having a good sniff there. Oh, goodness me, then there's a Wilson going wide. Then Itchy is having a fantastic start on those soft tires in the Williams tire. He has moved on to 11th position. Lovely 17th. Then Mark's winning in 12th position. King's out 13th. Andre dropped down to 14th. Dropped down to 4th position there. He's a bit forced wide then. German back on the front then, trying to find his feet, trying to find his tire, so to speak, as well. And now then, as Andre is going to go up the inside as well. And let's see what he goes at. He's on the inside. He passes him. Andre, oh, that's contact. And a bit of a rubbish camera angle, sorry there guys. And now we've got a second AlphaTauri as the Red Bulls under siege there from the sister team here at the moment, isn't he? And Dave there is under Davis attacking Andre. Is he through? He's not through yet there. I think he backed out there, which is a very wise decision there, as it is a long race, isn't it? Ghost is now on the medium tires, and he's is he going to go up and under? Not quite there as well. We've also got a race in point. That's contact. Oh goodness me, serious push there, a serious attempt for an overtake there. There's a bit of debris come off it. It's from the wing there on FIFA Beefy. Luckily his car is all in one piece at the moment then. And oh goodness me, that Haas is steaming in the background there. Oh well, if anyone watched Silver last season, I gotta say it was a thrill ride from start to finish, so I'm expecting more of the same this season. Only difference is then that I feel that the career is going to be even more closer than what it was last season. I'm looking to turn one there, but serious Russia there, chopping off the nose cone there of the Renault there, and there's a lot of leaves coming off of the trees there. I thought that was a debris there, and now then as I feel Beefy got to go on the outside. Oh goodness me, he is on the outside as the serious Russia is battling on the inside. They fight, and FIFA's trying to go for the safe position there. Oh, he has to go on and off. Jake Wilson taking evasive action. He is on the 9th position. Lovely stuff there. And what about Itchy? Itchy is now kind of he's in the 11th position at the moment. He's had not quite then. And Mark Miller, I think it was just also having a look as well. Kingdom down into 14th position in the Mercedes as well. Dan Murphy's got a second and a half disadvantage over Payne's in second position at the moment. German, that's a car on the inside. That's Kingdom now, just in a red striped it's Pirelli there. Goodness gracious me. And oh no, and now we've got V-Top then. V-Top is also in the mix as well. Oh, this is getting amazing. And he's up in the 13th position there, and Kingdom is down into 14th position at the moment. We got some more action there in front of us as well, as Itchy is still balling away then, as Iceman and Fleer also switching position as well, as Rafa's right at the back at the moment. He's on the hard tyres, isn't he? Look in the background as V-Todd is past Kingdom dropping down to 14th position then as well. Well, that's a free laps, isn't it? Goodness me, then. There's Dan is saying, go on, Payne's there. He's had a fantastic start. Pit stop. Into the pits comes Serious Mushroom. Now, he has damaged the car, hasn't he? After that lunge on FIFA Beefy, unfortunately. So the racing points of the pits there are now coming to, they're coming into their own then, as Itchy. Oh, it's a FIFA Beefy. Had some issues there. And now Marks Mello is through. He is up in the 10th position. FIFA dropping down to 11th position as well. And Dave's off the track. He's had a problem there. Dave is off the track there. As a Ghost is through. Dave dropping down to 8th position there, and that's unfortunate for Dave, isn't it? That was it. Turn 3, the Brundleton Tour, my roster, as we've got yellow flags behind us as well. As what's going on there, I'm not sure there, but gosh, these guys need to slow it down a bit. I'm struggling to keep up at the moment. Fantastic stuff. Itchy's now all over the bike. Oh my goodness, Itchy is he's gone for it. Oh, and he has passed Dave and moved up into 8th position as well. Itchy is flying through the field like a hot knife through butter at the moment, isn't he? Good stuff indeed there. Nunda saying, come on, Williams there, as the Williams is leading the race at the moment, isn't it? And we've also got for the soft runners at the moment there, isn't he? He is the highest of the soft runners then. And as Nuda saying, ALR arrives just when Formula 1 takes a break. Fantastic. Oh goodness me, it is fantastic, isn't it? As they're coming into turn 12 as well. Unfortunate for Dave Ferry, he was having a strong race, wasn't he, up until a point where he's pointing the wrong way. Ghost is in the pits, and they come to blows, because Ghost shouldn't be in the pits just yet, should he? In the Ferrari, he was going to go an awfully long way. New Potato, the champion of bronze, is gone. He's off where Bottas went off. He has damaged the car. Irish Potato is out of the Australian Grand Prix. Oh goodness me, we've got a virtual safety car. That is the first retirement, and I would not have said that it was going to be New Potato out of this race. That is absolutely incredible stuff there. Oh my goodness me, this Australian Grand Prix, wow, it's been absolutely incredible. DR's been able, then Ghost has come back out of the pits as well. Tom Rosso is too far back at the moment as well. A gap at the front then is 7 tenths a second now, as New Gurman is now starting to hunt down Murphy as well. And look at them, here they are then. One of the big players is then is already out of the race, and that is New Potato, the bronze champion. Unfortunately, is out of the race. What a shame there for New Potato then. Was that a mistake? We didn't catch it on the camera, did we? So was that a mistake, or was there contact? We think there was contact between Dave Shaw and the Ghost Recon as well. New Potato's left for session. What a shame for New Potato there. Of course, a man who is very good with the lack of DNFs to his name there. Unfortunately, he's got one in his debut here in silver tonight then, as Itchy there getting very squirrely on the curbs at the moment. Those soft tires are working very well for the Williams there. Itchy moving up several positions from the start. Dan has had a mighty start to this stuff, hasn't he? He's really causing Payne some issue there. He's really becoming a pain in Payne's rear, isn't he? And now then he's got DRS, and he is in the DRS. So now Gurman has dropped back slightly. He's the second and a half then. So Murphy is going to be looking forward. It's going to be full attack, isn't it? V-Todd is also gaining on the back of Mark Smello as well in the battle for 8th and 9th position there. 19 cars remain out of the 20 that started here in silver. Lovely shot here from the Mercedes, and Daniel had a very difficult qualifying session. It was all of a sudden started to find his feet, find his footing then here in silver. As a V-Todd there, he was talking how quick, how close they were, and he is through, and back into 8th position. V-Todd, as he was out qualifying, what was he? He's now into 8th position. Lovely stuff indeed there. FIFA is now all at the back of Mark Smile as well, and King's is starting to find his feet as well, and Basman is up in the 12th position. Remember, he was at the back of the grid, and now all of a sudden he is right up there as well. Lovely stuff indeed there. Payne to set as that a 3-second penalty. There was a lot of penalties last night as well, wasn't it? But But at the moment, I've got to say, these guys are being very well behaved at the moment. Lovely something that on board here with Basman, then as he's just going over the curbs as well. Then as he's got on the DRS, then he has just dropped back slightly. Then as a FIFA VP hammer look, then nothing there. Oh, there's not an opening just yet. Is there? As they come into 14, and he's just pushing him along at the moment, isn't he? Gap at the front is still 5/10 of a second at the moment. I say it's only 5/10 of a second. Murphy might have a chance then in the second part of the second DRS zone. He is as a FIFA beefy as there's swapping around then as there's a couple of guys going in the pits. Payne just put a wheel on the grass there, and this is the battle for the lead here in Australia. Itchy is all over the back of Wilson as well then in the battle for 5th and 6th position, but I can't take my eyes off this, but I'm going to have to, because look at this, Itchy's on the inside, he's on the inside, he passes the Alfa Romeo, and he is through. Itchy is flying out there, he's doing a fantastic job, he is flying through the field then like a hot knife through butter, and of course Itchy is a reserve driver, I believe, for the Williams team, and he is doing a fantastic job, isn't he? Really flying the flag very high for the Williams set. Basman is in 10th position as well. He is a late comer into the silver, and he is doing a good job. Ghost is past Razor looks like he's a ghost at the moment. Oh goodness me, I'm not sure if Razor's in the race or what, but he's having some gremlins of his own there. Both Renaults are also in close combat. And this we're on lap 7 out of 29, and goodness gracious me, then this is fantastic stuff indeed. Then Ghost is saying that why did they take a break so early? I think he's on about the Formula 1 there, and of course I'm not sure. Well, they've had 3 races in a row then, didn't they? I think it'd be very harsh if they did 4 in a row, didn't they? Of course they'll be back in action for Silverstone in just over in 2 weeks time, won't they? As there's a double header in Silverstone, isn't it? So good stuff indeed there. But don't forget, these guys are interested in that at the moment. They're only interested in what points they're going to get, who is going to be on the rostrum for the first race of Silver then. And look at this, there's Murphy there once again. DRS is wide open now for the Mercedes-Benz. He comes down into turn 3 as well. Andre's got a 3-second penalty in the in his quest for third position moment. He's down in 4th currently. Andreas Basman is very close to King Zone. He's more than close there. He's alongside guys. We got Flea. Flea has had some issues in the Red Bull. Flea is out of the race there. He's damaged the car on the turn 12 then, and he is the first victim of turn 12 in this race so far. Virtual safety car. Is anyone going to roll the dice and come into the pits? No one is at the moment. I think that they're all at the wrong end of the race course, really, aren't they? To putting the leaders coming on, aren't they? On board then with Murphy then, so he is really putting the pressure on Paynes then, but Paynes is not buckling, is he? Good stuff indeed there for Paynes. So we're going to find out this is going to be really interesting. It's great to see new names there at the top of the standings there, and Kingzo's got a drive-through penalty for somehow, as Flea is retired from the session. Kingzo's got some problems as well. I'm not sure what's going on with Kingzo, but somehow or another he's got a drive-through penalty, and it was Baz who was overtaking him, so don't know how that's worked, but interesting stuff there from Codemasters. We got V-Top now, who's all over the back of Dave. Of course, Dave and Ghost, we think, came a crop earlier on, and Dave is just recovering. Ghost is down into 11th position. He's on the hard tyre now until the end of the race, I presume, in a way. Oh, it's V-Top there forwards going to the back of it, as King's Home is now racking up the penalties, unfortunately. I wonder if that's a bit of frustration. I don't think Razor's in his car, to be honest. We've had 2 retirements in this race so far. Here is Paynes. He is still leading this race at the moment. He's doing a stupendous job out there with Dan in second this one. We're back on board Dan, who is really putting the squeeze on Paynes once again, isn't he? He is looking quicker than 2 cars at the moment, but it's not. Catching is one thing, passing is quite another in the world of Formula 1, isn't it? As the great Murray Walker used to say as well. Into the pits comes Kingdom there, as I wonder if he's serving that drive-through penalty. What a shame there for Kingdom. It's been a bit of a nightmare start for Kingdom, hasn't it, in the second Mercedes. Whilst his teammate Murphy is really hounding down the leader now, isn't he? Good fights up and down the field at the moment. It's been great stuff so far. Kingdom is served his penalty, is out in 14th position there. What a shame there for Kingdom. And I'm loving this on-board footage here from Dan at the moment. Of course, he is a previous winner. He won bronze, the final race of bronze last season, didn't he? After a great battle between himself and the Gore. But this is silver now. Then, of course, Dan has never won in silver, has he? Let's see. Then he is. He's got 20 laps to really change that, hasn't he? Paynes has never won in silver either. So these 2 men are really battling away. Well, the top 3 have never won in silver. The top 4 have never won in silver. I've got to say, I don't think any of the gritters actually won in silver, have they? So we've got to get a new winner. And look at this one. He's going up the inside. He takes the lead. Murphy does it. Page has gone. Page is on the grass there. Murphy went in a bit deep there. So now he is through. Murphy takes the lead of the Australian Grand Prix then. And good stuff indeed. Iceman's got a 3-second penalty. Good stuff from Murphy then. Itchy is up in the front position. He's on a fantastic drive there. Dave is in 5th position. Viton in 6th there. Gurman is coming out of the pits then. And running out for triggering the undercut now. Andre is out then as well. He's on the hard tyres. It looks like it's medium to hard tyres at the moment now. I'm interested now. Some guys have come in already. There's a Baz there. You can see the pit window is now open there for the hard tyres there. Good stuff indeed. And oh goodness me! Oh look at this! It's King's Owen. Oh, King's Owen! Oh, contact between Sir and King's Owen. I wonder if he clipped the curb there because he had to correct the car, and because of that there he turned into who did he turn? He turned to Mark Smell there, and King's Owen. So Rafa also steaming through as well. He's done 8 laps. Rafa's on those hard tyres there. Basman is now out of the pits. He just come out of the pits there. He's done 9 laps on the soft tyres. I'm not sure where I believe the tyre marker or not then, but there you go. Oh, he's in the wall! He's in the wall, Baz with this. And now is FIFA Beef trying to take evasive action now. Is there damage on the McLaren? There is sure damage on the McLaren. There's end plate damage on the left hand side then. What a shame there for Basman. He was on a very solid race, wasn't he? Really battling his way back through the field then. And now Rafa is having a 15th position as well then. Oh gosh, incredible stuff, isn't it? Pit stop is into the pits, comes in. She's done a very good job on those soft tyres, really good job indeed. Then it just said Wilson is staying. Wilson is on the medium tyres. Is he just coming to pits? Wilson, I am so confused at the moment. It's all up in the air, isn't it? I don't think Wilson's coming to pits. Todd is now in that 4th position as well. Gurman is in that 5th position. He has come in the pits. So is Andre as well. And now Itchy is coming on the pits. He's done on the hard tyres. The AlphaTauri is in and out as well. So Tormai Rosso then is in 9th position. And Ghost is come out in 7th position then. So the undercut is quite powerful around here, isn't it? Serious Mushroom in 10th position. Dave is now coming out. Where is he coming out? He's going to be out behind, I think. He is out behind the runner there. As Iceman's in 12th position. Iceman 11th. Dave's in 12th position. He's in front of FIFA. Mark Smith in 14th. And King's Own there is down in 16th position. Baz is in the pits then after damage to the wing there. What a shame there for Baz then. And now then Murphy is not pulling away at the moment, is he? He is Paynes is definitely keeping up the pressure at the moment, isn't he? Marksman's got a 3-second penalty for his troubles at the moment. Down there in 14th position in the Haas. His teammate Gurman is could be battling for the in future there, with depending on the strategy. We've only had 2 retirements in this race. We've lost a surprise. We've one of the surprises. We've lost his new potato out of the race. Very in this race, isn't it? Of course, it's Davey here in silver. That hasn't gone too well at all, has it? And also we have lost Flea as well, who damaged his car in turn 12. And surprisingly, there was no safety car there, was it? Which is interesting to say the least. Murphy now is a second in front, and he's broken the DRS zone. That could be pivotal in this race then. And here comes Tormai Rosso in the McLaren now. I love the shot here from the steering wheel then, and he is now really pressuring Ghost as well then as they come over the grid. Hatchins once again then, and Tormai Rosso was having a figure about it, wasn't he? No, I think they was both darn to the inside. Both of them had the same idea there, didn't they? Back on board there with Tormai Rosso then. Ghost is really under pressure, isn't he? He's got some speed this season, Ghost has. And Tormai Rosso there is really putting pressure on him. He's fighting with that Ferrari. In the background is Itchy. He's been my driver of the day so far. He's been absolutely fantastic. He's been outstanding here in Australia, hasn't he? And now we've got Mark Smello, who's also pushing FIFA Beefy as well. This is a close battle on track at the moment then. The question I've got is now then, is Gurman going to be coming into the pit window of the 2 race leaders of Paynes and Murphy? Because they haven't reacted to coming into the pit, have they? And once again, it's getting very dark over it. Are we going to get some rain here in the first race of the season and silver then? And look at this, Ghost says, and look, Murphy is in the pits, the race leader is in the pits then. And look at this, Tormai Rosso is all over the rear wing of Ghost then. I love a shot indeed then. And you can see they disappear into the distance then. So Murphy is Murphy then is in the pits and he's on the hard tyres. He is coming out of the pits now. Gurman is just coming down the pit straight. This is going to be tight. Girls, I think that now where's Gurman? There's Gurman! Gurman's out in front of Murphy. He's gone for the undercut, and that has paid off. And Gurman has taken the lead here in Australia. He pitted 3 laps earlier, and now he leads this Australian Grand Prix. It's all about strategy around here, and this is great stuff indeed. Ghost and Tormai Rosso ballad into turn 1. Look left. There is on Tormai Rosso. They're side by side there, and now Ghost has gone under the slipstream as soon as possible, and now he's going to go on the inside to go for lunge. He is going for lunge. Oh my goodness me. And it was very controlled lunge, much controlled than my lunges. Fantastic. And now Tormar Rosso is in 6th position. Ghost is down to 7th then. Oh, is Tormar Rosso almost coming to blows of the barrier. Fantastic stuff indeed then, as he comes up into 6th position then, as Ghost is down to 7th as well. Murphy is putting pressure on Wilson and Gurman, and look in front is Wilson as well. Oh, I can hardly contain my excitement. Pit stop drama. Into the pits comes Painter. He's coming to the pits there on the medium tires, where he's going to swerve onto the hard tires, I believe, and it looks like a straight one stopper so far in this event so far. Becca Jones just said, what a race this is. This is a fantastic race so far. It's ridden absolutely mega, and now Gurman is going to get by Wilson as quickly as possible. We're back on board with Murphy then, as a Painter's on the pits. There he is, but it's doing Murphy Hamilton was trying to go on the inside then. Gurman wants to overtake as well. This is 1, 2, 3 cars battling for the lead in the first race of Silver ALR, and now then Murphy is going to go on the outside, so Gurman's on the inside then. Gurman is fighting, Murphy's on the outside, he's fighting, he fights, and he takes the lead. No, he doesn't, because Gurman's back on the outside. Incredible, absolutely amazing. Wow, fantastic stuff then. This is going to be a season-long battle. Now he's going at the inside, not quite then, and Gurman keeps his position just for the minute. Wow, incredible stuff. And don't forget, Pains is also in this conversation as well. There he is in the background. We've got a 3-car battle for the lead. Gurman locks up the inside right tyre of that half set, and look at Gurman, he's all over the back of that Alfa Romeo. He's at the inside, he has got Biden. He now needs to stretch his legs then whilst the sun is shining, and that sun, oh, it's Jacobs damaged the car as some debris come off that Alfa Romeo, I think. And now then we got Pains as well. Pains is out of that then. I thought he's going to chop off Wilson there, not quite. He knows the he knows his car, doesn't he? His width of the car. Brilliant stuff indeed there. Gurman leads us now 5 tenths of a second. Then from Murphy in second, he is 6 tenths of a second away. And then it's 2 tenths between Murphy and Pains. Ooh. Well, goodness me then. I got to say, I'm hoping I get some chocolate off the admin after the admins after this race, because I have definitely earned my dollar. Into the pits comes Wilson at the moment, and so Wilson there, I think he damaged his end plate somehow in turn 11 and 12. We seen some debris come off that Alfa Romeo, didn't we? Sorry, excuse me. And now we're coming into turn number 3 then as well. Then I'm hoping we have a bit of a low at the moment then. As Nunez saying, no one wants to lose. It's brilliant. Yes, no one wants to lose. This is what Formula 1's all about. It really is, isn't it? Of course, they're battling to the bitter end, aren't they? Of course, they're leaving it all on the racetrack, all on the tarmac, and that's what should be done, isn't it? Halfway through this race now, on board there with the with the side cam of Dan Murphy as well. 6 tenths of a second separates himself and Gurman making his debut for silver. Dan has only been in silver for 3 races as well. Pains is also making his bow in silver. This is fantastic. Andre, who's the most experienced of these silver drivers in the top 4, doing a really good job at the moment. Just seeing 7 seconds away there. I wonder if he's going to strike a bit later on, perhaps then. And now they're coming down into a turn 13 then. This is absolutely incredible. What a race here in silver. We've had some classics, haven't we? Remember in the Silverstone between Glock and Faxland, where the track was right up towards it, and that was brilliant. We've also had some great races in Abu Dhabi where Alhan took his maiden victory in a silver. Is brilliant stuff as well. And now we got our 3-car battle then. We've got half the race to go then. We have not done yet, Ari. We are not done by any stretch of the imagination. As Nunez just asked what happened to New Potato. Unfortunately, he crashed at the exit of turn the entry of turn 2. And now then he's going on the outside. Murphy's on the outside. He's gone deep. He's on the grass. Gurman there just showing him off there. Where's Page? He's on the outside. Gurman is capturing that. Going to be showing his rear wheel there to Murphy. Then Gurman was not giving it inside, was he? As he had the inside, didn't he? Pains is now the second man in this battle for the lead here in Australia. Fantastic stuff, it really is, isn't it? Gurman leads, Pains in second position, going Murphy in third. Then of course Murphy just lost the position. They're back on board with Pains then, who started on the front row. Pains having an inspired race, he really is, isn't he? So I'm saying decent race so far. Keep it up. Thank God it wasn't like gold then. As a Pains again. Oh, look at this. He was getting caught 3-second penalty. Virtual safety car right at the worst time there for Pains. As we got what was the virtual safety car for? Just taking a quick look. Then we got Ferrari there, Rafa there, just recovering as well. Then that is at the worst time there for Pains. He was shaken up there. A 5-second penalty there for it was a 4. Hang on, let me just have a quick replay. It was a 5-second penalty for Serious Mushroom there, and oh dear. So that's not going to talk for Serious Mushroom then, but oh gosh. So I think that penalty, that virtual safety car is coming at the worst time, hasn't it? Now then, they've got to be very much on their wits, don't they? As we're going to be back racing in just a few moments, and we've got to make sure you don't outspeed on the safety car. At the same time, you want to try and catch the car in front, napping. And then look at this, there. We had back racing yet. We're not back racing. That's a drive-through penalty for Gernman. A drive-through penalty for Gernman. We have got a McLaren off. We got McLaren off of Baz, and oh goodness me, Gernman has been doing a drive-through penalty. Hatland, and we've also got a 5-second penalty for Richie as well. Do we have a penalty for Pains? I've seen the flash come up, but of course I do speak rubbish. But Gurman, that could be painful. And look at this, Pains is now defended on the inside because Murphy's on the outside. What a move! He takes second position. He passes Pains and he moves up into second position. Incredible stuff, then. Oh no, Gurman, what a shame then. What a shame indeed. Then this has to be absolutely. Gurman's heart must be plunging to his racing boots there. What a shame then for Gurman. I think he's got a drive-through penalty, unless I've completely misread that. But no, it's such a shame because I feel we've been robbed of an absolutely fantastic race. Oh no, to be honest, I was loving this race. I really was then. And Gurman then at the moment is staying on the moment. Pains has gone he's gone right across and he's in the pits there. Pains says, what's going on with Pains at the moment? And so he's coming in the pits out of Williams driver is then. And so is this for the drive-through, or is it to change tyres and maybe change the strategy as well? But Andre's too close to him. I don't see any Williams mechanics out there. It's a drive-through penalty. Andre's also in the pits as well, and these penalties are brutal in this season. And what a shame then. And now as he comes out of the pits, and Pains does it. What about Andre? He's also got a drive-through as well. V-Top is having a full fantastic stuff there from V-Top there. He was near the back of the grid, and now he is up into a fantastic full position. Oh, David's going to have a look there, but Andre there was just too far in front then. And oh goodness me. Well, we're only on I'd say we're only on lap 18. I feel like I've been commentating for 40 odd laps in this race. This has been fantastic, really has. And this has been an absolute joy to watch. It really has. And I've absolutely loved every minute of this so far. Really good stuff indeed. Sorry guys, I'll catch up with your comments in just a jiffy as well. I'm really interested to see what's going to happen now in the battle at the front. And this has been good stuff indeed. Of course, we'll take a we'll take stock in a minute and see what's going on for the rest of the field. And Marks Mello is now causing Dave some issues as well, isn't it? Gurman's in the pits. That is for the drive-through penalty. This must have left Dan Murphy with a clear drive and to victory there or thereabouts, and no one can challenge him, I don't think, at this moment in time. What a shame. That virtual safety car has robbed us of an absolutely barnstormer of a finish here in Australia. We've got a lot of penalties all of a sudden racking up, haven't we? So where's Gurman going to come out? I think he should come out in front of Pains. No, here he is now then. So Gurman now coming out of the pits then. So yes, he's out safely in front of Pains as well then. So Pains in third position and Vitol in fourth position. Then we've got a bit of a good old battle here between Dave and Mark Mello as well. Then we have got Rafa, who's moved over to ninth position in the Ferrari. Good stuff indeed there for Rafa. A bit of a nightmare qualifying, but a much better racer for Rafa, isn't it? Lovely stuff indeed there. And also that just shows you never give up then. Look at this, Marshmallow going on the inside there, and he's somehow got the car slowed down, and Dave is trying to go on the inside there, but Marshmallow's through there. He was sent there, but Dave is on the outside. Where is he? Dave is still on the outside. Oh, that gap was going to close there, but I felt that Dave wanted to go into that gap nonetheless. Marshmallow is now up in the sixth position, and Dave is dropped down to seventh there in the AlphaTauri. Marshmallow's done 12 laps, I think, on on those hard tires. But I gotta say, I do not believe those counters on the left hand side, because apparently I think it was Farf that done 40 odd laps on the set of soft tires, which I gotta say, Farf is very much twinkle toes, but I didn't think he was that delicate on the pedal. So we're just having a look there. Yeah, Gunnar saying then think he lost it and hit the wall, but I think that was just in regards to that was in regards to New Potato, unfortunately, which lost earlier on there. Such a shame for New Potato, because I think he would be in this incredible fight as well, wouldn't he? And well, unfortunately, that fight has kind of been put to bed really by the FIA, which is such a shame now. Albeit rules are rules, but German is under a lot of pressure now from Pains, as Pains is really putting the pressure on us. We have lost Murphy, but we haven't lost the battle for second position. Pains is on the outside. He swoops on the outside. He takes second position. German is back on the inside. Amazing driving from both drivers. That is absolutely incredible, impeccable driving there from both guys. Really sensational stuff there. Absolutely fantastic there. Pains there has really got the bit between his teeth. Pit lane, and Rafa's in the pit area. He's changing to those soft tires until the end of the race. A similar stride to what Granty did in yesterday's gold race then. And they're coming down into a turn at 9 and 10 then. So German is really going to find his footing. Not only Pains is fantastic here tonight. He really is. I'm loving this from Pains. Really good stuff. Emerson saying a tad aggressive at the fence there, and I can't remember what that aggressive at the fence is, because I'm so far behind the comments there. I really am. As and we've got a 3-second power there from Iceman as well, and Razor is not in the race, I don't think. Unfortunately, I don't think Razor's been in the race throughout the whole of the race. Murphy has now decided to turn on the wick, hasn't he? And he's now set the fast half of the race, and he is going for the fastest out and the raceway as well. Unfortunately, he didn't get pole position, did he? But that was a barnstorm of a pole lap from German there. Really good stuff there from German. As you can see there, he's really trying to break the slipstream, isn't he? Doing a Hamilton-style defence there, which Hamilton did back in Malaysia a couple of years ago, didn't he? Well, 10 years ago now, back in 2010 on Petrov. Anyway then, but this is now Pains and German. Look at that, Razor's car just get in the way. That's a lockup for German there, and that is spectacular, isn't it? I love it when I see a lockup. It's beautiful, isn't it? Toro Rosso, and where's Wilson? Wilson's on the outside there. No, he isn't. He's on the inside, and there's a Ferrari involved as well. That's Ghost there, also making his way through. He's switching like on the inside there, and almost Jake going into the back of him there, and Dave is just in front of us as well. What an incredible race this has been there. 21 out of 29, and down, so am I. Oh goodness me, then the gym's opening up next week. I don't need to go to the gym. I would never go to the gym anyway. But this is absolutely incredible stuff. Dave is now under pressure from Toro Rosso with the Schumacher helmet there from 2000. Lovely stuff indeed there from Toro Rosso. Dave is taking an unusual line there, isn't he, as they come up into 11 and 12 as well. Brilliant stuff indeed then. Oh gosh, this has been absolutely. Oh no! Toro Rosso's in the wall. That's a smash, and he's out of the race. What a show there for Toro Rosso. He was out of safety car, and oh goodness me, drama after drama in this race. We just can't get enough of this, can we, guys? Absolutely amazing stuff. Toro Rosso out of the Australian Grand Prix. What a shame. Who is going now? Then the question is then, who's in the pits? Andre's in the pits first. We got Mark's in the pits as well. Dave is in the pits. Ghost is in the pits. And I thought Ghost going into the back then of Dave as well. And you got to be careful. Of course, then we've got 5-second penalty for Ghost for speeding in the pit lane. Iceman up to the 10th position. Lovely stuff indeed there for Iceman. I think his best finish was 7th, wasn't it, in the Italian Grand Prix for Iceman. Can he max that even surpass that here tonight then? Soft tires. There are soft tires going on then. We got I think it's going to be softs galore. Rafa might be a big victor here. Look at how much he's gained. He is up to 7th. Wow done for Rafa there. I gotta say, he's Mystic Meg. I'm going to ask him for the lottery numbers after this race. This is fantastic from Rafa. There is Burn Mylander. I think he's got his feet up and he's just having a bacon butty. Whilst I think it's probably another shrimp on the barbie, isn't it? As we're here down under in Australia. We've got Iceman there coming on the pits while Serious Mushroom there. All on the soft tires. FIFA coming in as well, and he is changing from the mediums to the softs as well. What about the race leaders then? Murphy in the pits, and he's got a 20-second deficit. I think it's a no-brainer for Murphy, isn't it? Really, he's got such a big gap at the moment. Mercedes are the first pit crew, of course, as of course they were the constructors' champions of 2019. Not on our record, so it was Red Bull. So it's now Murphy coming on the pits on a new set of soft tires. As into the pits comes German. As German's got a 3-second penalty. I don't know how that works. He could apparently cut in the corner. You know, he's coming in the pits there. Maybe he was a bit aggressive coming into the pits, and who knows? So then it's German in the pits, and we've got Paynes in the pits as well. V. Todd is also in the pits. I think the gap is quite major at the moment, isn't it? So I don't think we're going to see too much of a shuffling around then. Did Paynes have a penalty? I'm wondering. I can't remember if he's had a couple of penalties, hasn't he? I can't remember if he's had a 5-second one or not. So we've got a safety car at this stage, and you can see then there is Murphy. Then he's lined up behind Burt Molander. So of course then he was in that right in the heart of that battle between German and Paynes then, and now all of a sudden we've got this battle back on then. Thanks to Toro Rosso, that's our third retirement. Only 3 retirements in this race. Good stuff indeed there. As Dan saying, don't need to bother Formula 1 on the weekends when ALR's on. Good stuff, isn't it? I gotta say, Gold was fantastic last night, but this is absolutely exceptional, isn't it? Really good stuff indeed. Enjoying this race. Really good stuff. Becca saying, a petition to get Ginger Ray to the Sky F1 commentator. I've got one of my P's and Q's. I don't think they like half of my jokes, to be honest. Thank you guys. As Sam is also saying, come on, Paynes. As Emerson and Sam agreeing with Becca there. Thank you guys. Very nice indeed. As Nuna saying, you've been commentating non-stop. You're starting to stutter like that pig off Looney Tunes. I do look like that pig off Looney Tunes as well. I think it's Porky Pig at it. That's all, folks. Right then, Burt Molander is currently leading us away at the moment. And we've also got, as we've got Becca saying, it's something reminding to breathe. He has been commentating non-stop. Indeed I have, Ben. I got to say, I don't do much during the day, so I got to earn my workout somehow. Payne's in Payne's pit for soft tires and get a podium there. And Dave, as we've also got Ghost saying, stop breaking there. Come on, Dan, for that win as well. Of course, Dan has never won. The only race he's won in the ALR world was back in bronze of Baku then. So it looks like Dan's on a bit of a mission, isn't he, in bronze and silver at the moment, isn't he? Back on board. So let's take stock, shall we? We're on lap 23 out of 29 here in Melbourne, Albert Park, Australia. Round 1 of season 2 of silver. Murphy leads us behind the safety car. Then we have German in second position. Paynes is in third. Then that has been the story of the race. Those 3 have been battling tooth and nail for the win of Australia. Brilliant stuff indeed. Then V. Todd, what a drive! He's up in the 4th position at the moment. That's absolutely fantastic stuff. He was qualified 16th or 17th. Amazing stuff indeed then. Andre in 5th position. Mark Smello, another driver who's been flying through the field. Rafa from out of Q1 up into 7th. Love it. Ghost Recon down in 8th position. He's had a bit of a difficult time this race, hasn't he? But he's still in the points with that pace as well. Jake Wilson. Severe collision. Ghosted. The 2 Ferraris have come to blows. That is not good at all, is it? Oh no, Ghost is amazing pace there. He can't show it at the moment, can he? In the midfield. Jake Wilson in 9th position. Dave is in 10th position as well. Ghost luckily hasn't got any debris, any damage out to the car, but that is but that 5-second penalty is really going to hurt him, isn't it? Wilson in 9th position. Dave Shaw's in 10th position. Iceman is in 11th at the moment, just outside the points. Serious Mushroom in 12th. Itchy was battling up as far as 5th at the time. Earlier on this race, he's now down in 3rd position. Kingzo in 14th. Bass is in 15th position. FIFA Beefy in 16th position. And we got 7th, and then Razor is 17th, but he's a ghost. And then we got Toro Rosso out of the race, then he is the cause of the safety car. Flea out of this race. And Nude Potato out of this race as well, which is a bit of a shocker there, isn't it? As I'm clearing my throat as well, then Emerson, as the Hilton Bros of Emerson and Ayrton are giving me got my biggest cheerleaders at the moment. Lovely stuff indeed there. Of course, Ayrton, I hope he's been practicing, ready for his 10th race of his bronze career tomorrow night as well. So good luck to Ayrton, and good luck to all the bronze drivers as well. Remember, we are back on air at the same time of 7:30. Well, I would say 7:30, but Farf's in charge of that lobby, and sometimes Farf might be a little late. So, yep, expect the unexpected when Farf in charge. Of course, I do banter. I think that Farf do loves a bit of my banter, or he just laughs because he feels sorry for me. Probably that one. And we've also got Gavin saying the Ferraris have hit each other. Now that's dedication to realism there. I got to say that's really good dedication, isn't it? Baz is in the pits and he's on the hard tires at the moment. Baz is. So let's see what tires is going to go on. Sure, he's going to go on the soft tires there. Indeed, he's the sole remaining McLaren left in this race, and so he's in and out. Lovely stuff indeed. And the pit stops is it's so inspiring these days in Formula 1, isn't it? Of course, there used to be refueling stops, didn't it? It used to take about 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds. Now it's like in and out in a flash, isn't it? Incredible stuff. It's all about speed in Formula 1, isn't it? And it's absolutely amazing. That's one of the draws for Formula 1 these days is about the pit stops and how the teamwork is. I remember what Red Bull did yesterday. That was absolutely fantastic what they did on Verstappen's car. It was brilliant, wasn't it? Really good stuff indeed then. We have also got Young Lights saying, alright Ginger, hello Young Lights as well then. As very good compliments at the moment. I'm loving all you guys are out there. Of course, you really make my Sundays, Mondays and Tuesdays as well. I love you all guys. Brilliant stuff indeed then. As we've also got Young Lights saying team there, and oh god, so we've got a lot of hashtags as well. Love it. Oh, sorry, like my voice goes very high pitched, like oh, safety cars in the end this up. This is good stuff indeed then. The lights go out then, and of course it's that song, that hit song 5 sung When the Lights Go Out. We'll be getting groovy. I don't think it's what they say anyway, but doesn't matter. We're going to be racing in just a few moments time then. Lap 25 out of 29 then. Murphy's lead has been wiped out after that safety car caused by Toro Rosso driving a McLaren, and so Murphy might not appreciate that too much as well. They got to watch out because the penalties on. Oh, there it is, and that's what I was just about to say. And it's Paynes who's gone to the back of Gurman. The penalties on this race, on this game, is absolutely brutal, isn't it? And that's a 5-second penalty for going into the back of Gurman. Paynes as well. That could cost them a podium here tonight, and that is going to be so disappointing, isn't it? Very difficult stuff indeed then. We are back racing here in Australia now then. Dan leads in second is Gurman. Oh, Gurman getting squirrely. And now we're back racing. The FIFA's got a penalty as well for colliding with what's his name? Kingto. Lap 26 and he got a yellow flag in the background. What's going on? FIFA beef, he's had an issue. And he comes into the pits there. FIFA having a bit of a nightmare race, isn't he? And look at that, it's a 2-second advantage already. Viton is under pressure then, and on the outside goes Andre. Viton is defending for all his might there in that racing point. He's on the outside, he takes the lead. Viton is on the outside, he's on the curb set, but Andre is through. He is over the 5th position. Marks Mello is now all over the back of Viton as well. Viton then is really struggling for pace at this stage of the race, is he? I don't think he's warmed up those tyres as he compares to the guys around him. He has lost 2.7 seconds in the matter of a few corners in this race then. And that's what Paynes needs, isn't it? Paynes is up at the inside, he's past him, he's past Gurman. Paynes has got some pace, hasn't he? And now his next target is Murphy. He's got a 5-second penalty. Does Murphy notice that? Paynes also just taking liberties with the track there as well. And they come out of turn 12 as well. Where's Gurman? Gurman's how we're struggling then. Is he got problems, Gurman? Has he damaged the car? We'll have a look then. He has. He's got in-plate damage, Gurman, as he is driving into the back of Andre then. As we're coming into the twilight of this race then. What a shame for Gurman then. And we're coming into turn 15 as well then. So this might be a lifeline for Paynes then, because Gurman is going to be slow, and FIFA is out of the race and he is gone out at turn number 5 then. Such a shame then, as we're coming up to complete lap 27 then. We've got 3 laps to go in this race then, and then we've got Gurman, Andre, V-Top then, and there's a queue. Marks Mello, Rafa, Ghosted, all over by his teammate Wilson, Dave, followed by Iceman, and Cirrus Mushroom then, followed by Itchy, Kingzone and Bars as well. FIFA out of this race then, unfortunately then. There's the yellow flag says, so no overtaking the course, there's caution. And look at Andre, he is now really pulling the pressure. Oh my goodness me. And I got to say, that might be a safety car, but we've only got 3 laps to go then. Hopefully no one goes to the back. Rafa's out of this race, and then the Ferrari, that's such a shame. Gurman has dropped down into 4th position there. It's the damage on the Haas, and Gurman's amazing race is coming to a cruel end at this moment in time. Look at this, it's also squirrely getting out there of turn 10 then, and now then we've got Vitor on board. Vitor, can he get back into 4th 4th position there. Andre is pulling away then. 3 seconds the gap is at the moment then, as Murphy is holding Paynes at bay at the moment, just by an arm's width at the moment then. Vital is now gaining, and he has got the DRS. No, he hasn't got a DRS because there's no DRS yet. FIFA's left the session on the outside there. Vital that's not quite. Oh, that's damage. That's unplayed on the second half. The second half is not a problem then. He's gone to the back of Vital then. And oh, goodness me, and now he's gone straight into the back of him again then for Mark Smeller then. What a shame then. It looks like the car just didn't break then. Rafa's left the session. We're down to 14 cars then. And Gurman is now starting to get the fence once again. And DRS has now been enabled then as we're into. Look in the background. Oh, goodness me. Who is that getting racy? That is Itchy and Serious Mushroom then. And Marks is dropping down the order and he's struggling and he's got end plate damage. A lot of end plate damage. And now Wilson's on the outside. Oh, look at Dave. He's on the inside. That's an amazing move for Dave. Oh, there's contact. There's contact then. And Dave is in the wall. He's in the wall. I'm not sure what happened there then. And I'm not sure. Oh my goodness me, it's getting all very tight there. Oh goodness me. And Itchy there is very much on his tiptoes as well as he comes into turn 10 then as well. Gurman dropping down into 6th position now. And now look who's next then. Jake Wilson is on a very strong into this race as well. But look at Iceman there. As I said, his best race finish was in Monza last season in his debut. He is trying to equal that, or maybe even get better than that. He's got yellow flags there. I think Baz and Dave having some issues there. Dan is now pulling away then at this stage of the race as well. So Dan is now starting to restretch his legs there. At the moment, Paynes is going to finish in 3rd position then, which is still a great podium, but he'll be disappointed at that 5-second penalty. I have no doubt about that. And he comes in as now Gurman is now in 6th position. What a shame for Gurman then. And look at him all then. Yellow flag and free as it is the it's the AlphaTauri of Dave who's having some. Then. And oh, lovely shot here, but I don't want to see that. And look at Gurman, he's got some pace, hasn't he? And oh goodness me, this is great shot here from the Renault there. He's going to go for it. That's fantastic there from Iceman. Cool as you like. Then I love it. Yellow flag. There's a Mercedes off. It's Kingzo. Kingzo is off. Kingzo is out of this race. Then what a shame for Kingzo. They're all dropping like flies at the final stage there. Dave is out of this race as well. And after coming to blows in the turn 10, he was pulling off a magnificent maneuver. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, did it? And then now he come behind Gurman as well. Iceman and Jake then. Lap 29 out of 29, believe it or not. And this has been fantastic. This has been amazing. And coming up into turn 9 and 10, there's a lock-up from Gurman as well. And he is really, he's defending for all he's worth, isn't he? Back on board with Iceman once again then. He is really putting pressure on. Can Gurman get to the flag there in 6th position? This is very much damage limitation for Gurman, who I think finished second in the bronze championship last year, didn't he? Davis left for session. Absolutely devastated Davis about that because he had a strong race, didn't he? He did deserve to end like that. Dan Murphy wins the Australian Grand Prix for silver. Fantastic race in there. Paynes is in 3rd position because Andre is in 2nd. Viton is in 2nd. What a drive for Viton. Absolutely amazing. Ghost is, oh my goodness me. And now we've got Wilson in 4th. Paynes is in 5th. Serious 6th. Iceman 7th. Itchy 8th. Gurman down in 9th. Ghost is in 10th. Ghost has dropped right down there. I don't even know who finished where. Apart from Mark Smeller, who finished 11th, I gotta say, I wonder who's gonna be driver today. Then, of course, there's no one else. V-Top there, what a driver! Of course, he was knocked out of qualifying 1, and he really finished 2nd. What a driver! What a drive from V-Top there, and Dan there showing off his dancing shoes there. I gotta say, he is a fan of ABBA, isn't he? He's definitely the dancing queen here tonight. And look at this, and he is loving it. And why wouldn't he be? Good driving from Dan there. Of course, he's won in bronze in Azerbaijan. And now he has won in silver as well. And what a start to Dan here tonight. What a start for the silver here tonight. Brilliant stuff indeed, Dan. Well, that was intense, wasn't it? Just what Darren said. Goodness me. Let's take a final look at the classification then from the Australian Grand Prix. Dan there with the fastest up as well. Then V-Tot, hats off for no penalties. And for Basman as well. Both those two drivers had an outstanding drive here today. Really good stuff indeed then. So Murphy won this race and his first race win in silver. V Todd is second. Andre in third. Brilliant drive there. Wilson in fourth position. Pains is in fifth. Sixth is Serious Mushroom. Seventh is Baz. Eighth is Iceman. Itchy in ninth. 10th is Gurman. Marshmallow in 11th position. 12th is Ghost. Kingzone is 13th. I think here are the retirements now, actually. Yeah, Kingzone, Dave, Razor, Rafa, FIFA, Tormor, also Fleet, and Nude Potato all retired from the Australian Grand Prix here in silver. And I've been joined in the commentary box actually by the guys on the rostrum as well. Of course, I got to catch my breath, guys, because that is absolutely a fantastic race. It really was. Let's start off with the race winner, shall we? And of course, that is Dan Murphy. Dan, what a drive here today. I got to say, it was a brilliant battle between yourself, Paines, and Gurman right at the end there. Wow, what a drive. How was your race?
Oh, I loved every minute of it, and I'm gutted that the VSC come out and those two ended up with a penalty, because that would have been carrying on for the rest of the race. It would have been really enjoyable.
It really would have been. There has been a lot of talk about penalties on this game and things like that. But your first win is silver there. I got to say, that's a cracking start to the season. It really is, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's a good way to start, and hopefully it can just progress and carry on the same way. It'd be nice.
Stellar stuff. Well done, Dan. Brilliant stuff indeed. Then let's come to the driver of the day, shall we? And it is V Todd. Then what a drive there. I think you started 16th on the grid, my good man. But wow, you had no penalties. You kept your nose clean, and you finished second today. How about that? Oh dear.
I was trying to assign buttons and fix my display, things like that, and
I gotta say then, when you get that overtake button sorted, goodness you, that was fantastic for driving today though. Really good stuff, and well done, Vital. Absolutely brilliant stuff. And let's come to Andre, who finished an eventful race there in third position today. Andre, how was the race for you?
It was literally. My English is not perfect.
Oh, don't ignore mine.
It was incredible. Congrats to Murphy.
Thanks, mate. Congrats to you on the podium as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, really well done, Andre. Fantastic stuff indeed then. And well done to all the rostrum drivers tonight. Absolutely fantastic stuff. And that's where we're going to leave it here for silver tonight, which I got to say, I'm going to have to get an aspirin or two. Goodness me, I've given myself a headache. But we've got to be back tomorrow, as it is one more ground, and it is for bronze, isn't it? And I got to say, bronze is going to be just as good as silver, isn't it? Because it, just like silver, it's up for grabs, isn't it? For who is going to be the world champion and get promoted to gold, and who is going to get promoted to silver from bronze. Find out. Join us tomorrow at 7:30.